rounded mountain peaks. As you can see behind me, those beautiful rounded peaks on the mountain, that you can get to explore with your own eyes, and also have to, explore the ecosystem that surrounds the mountain. Also, it's resembling the traditional African beehive huts located along the Panorama route in Mpumalanga, South Africa, within the Blyde River Canyon. The three rendezvous located along the Panorama route in the Blyde River Canyon are striking a geological formation resembling traditional African homesteads or rondavels, once referred to as the chief and his three wives. The flat-topped peak represents Mapjaneng, a figure known for opposing Swazi invaders. While the rondavels symbolize these troublesome wives, these breathtaking quartzite and shale formation were shaped by the erosion of softer stone and offer spectacular views of the northern edges of the Drakensberg range. So, together with God's Window and the books like Potholes, they are among the highlight of exploring the world's third largest canyon. So that's all about the three rendezvous. And yes, when I got to hear about the rendezvous, all I thought, it was those huts, that we see on our homesteads in rural areas. But no, it is the mountains that are shaped like rendezvous. Beautiful adventure that South Africa has to offer. Definitely, you need to get yourself out there and experience and learn about these places, because these places are here where we are in South Africa. And tourists enjoy coming to South Africa and watch these kind of tourist attractions that we have to offer. So in terms of the rendezvous, tell me what you know, man. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And I'm just going to ask Afriberry if she knows anything about the three rendezvous.
Well, unfortunately, I actually don't, But I find it very fascinating, especially the story about the fact that they depict the three troublesome wives. Why are women always troublesome? But I think, they could have had a much more better depiction. But I like the first depiction that the first, I don't know if it's the first, third, or second wife, the explanation around her mountain is the fact that she basically stood her ground and was against the whole Swazi invasion.
Yeah.
Sometimes it also goes to show that what they say in my language. It means that sometimes when a man is afraid of going into their beast and literally fighting the lion inside its belly, we just literally go in all in and just go in there. But otherwise, I think it's a place that I literally like to visit, man.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest, Mzansi. South Africa has amazing natural scenery. This is just about the time go see it and explore our beautiful land, because we have so many hidden treasures. I mean, now I understand why a whole lot of people actually do come to South Africa. We have a whole lot of history, and it carries so much different things. Mo, have you gone there, or it's a place that you consider visiting?
No, man. Just by seeing and being, behind the picture, it makes me yearn to go there. Because also my bucket list, man, it's just getting full. I have to attend and go and visit these places and come back with real pictures that we're going to share with our viewers right there. But Mzansi, we don't leave you there hanging, because you know that we are aiming to make sure that traveling, it becomes a part of our daily life, our weekly life, our monthly life, and yearly life. We don't only travel only on December. You can travel, in the middle of the month, man. Whether, take a leave from work, school holidays, let us go and enjoy these beautiful, adventure places that South Africa has to offer. So if you want to know about the three rendezvous, all you can do, just go to, Google, just search the three rendezvous. They're going to give you detailed information on where to go, how much you need to pay, maybe if there's any fees that you need to pay in terms of the activity hubs that are available right there at the rendezvous. So do not forget, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Just let us know if you want to know more about the three rendezvous. We are here for you to give you all of the information that you need. That's all for our picture of the day. Let us know what you're thinking right there. And also you can use our WhatsApp line 0604933233 3226. 060-493-3226 is the number to send a voice note or call us and tell us about the experience you've once had in the 3 rendezvous if you went there. That's all for the picture of the day. Everybody, can you please let us know what do we have today on the show?
So today on the show, we have a segment where we teach people about their basic human rights, and it's called Know Your Rights, right? But you can know all the rights that you need to know, but the most important thing is to know the responsibilities that you carry with your basic human rights. So we're going into that, and of course, we have 2 comedians lined up for you today. It's a Comedy Wednesday, right? And I hope you guys are also going to have fun. Don't forget to also hashtag WCW, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And if you also want to stand a chance to win tickets to the Rain Show, don't forget that it's also hashtag the place to be, hashtag Rain Show 2025, hashtag My Rain Show, and obviously hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And I hope you guys are also going to stay tuned to the live, because we'll also be throwing in a riddle over there so that you can stand your chance to win your Rain Show tickets. So be sure to tune in. Stay tuned, stay close to your phone, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, because you can stand a chance to win yourself those amazing tickets. And I hope that when you also win those tickets, you also come through to the Rain Show and also say hi to the Vooka Breakfast team, as we'll also be going live at the Rain Show. We will be live streaming there and saying hi to the beautiful and amazing people that we also get to see there. And of course, we'll also have your daily bread, which is basically your today in history, your celebrity birthdays, and the word of the day. Now I hope you guys are going to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, because right now we're heading over to the weather update. Then it's the news, sports, and traffic update with Moketi Maimani.
Once again, a very good morning. Here are your headlines for this morning. Starting off with the first headline, veteran police officer speaks out on Omotoso case. Former police officer Phindile Zweni has made shocking claims about Nigerian pastor Timothy Omotoso, alleging that he used his power and wealth to evade justice. Zweni, who investigated Omotoso starting in 2015, says the televangelist lived in luxury while awaiting trial in St. Alban prison, enjoying enjoying privileges like a phone, television, special meals, and private visits. He also accuses Omotoso of attempting to escape, revealing that a firearm was intercepted on its way to him. Omotoso was acquitted along with co-accused Lusanda Sulani and Zuki Swasito, who faced serious charges, sparking a public debate. The Department of Correctional Services denies allegation of preferential treatment, stating that strict measures were in place. Some officials had attended Omotoso's church, but the department says they were reassigned to prevent conflict. In response to acquittal, Zweni and his team have launched an NPO focused on gender-based violence cases. On the second headline, sisters call for unity after King Misizulu's harsh words. AmaZulu King Misizulu KwaZulu-Natal, 3 sisters have called for unity after a leaked audio recording revealed the king using derogatory language towards Princess Nomkhosi. While acknowledging tensions within the royal family, the princess warned that discord could have serious consequences for both their family and the Zulu nation. Princess Bukhosi Mvelo emphasized the importance of leadership guided by wisdom, not emotion, and urged the monarchy to restore order. She also stressed the need for respectful communication and affirmed their commitment to protecting women against harassment. The King's office has declined to comment further on the matter. Another headline, GNU future. Will the DA and ANC reconcile? The ANC has briefed the country on outcomes of the National Working Committee meeting on Monday, and questions are being asked about whether the GNU will survive. Tension between the ANC and other GNU partners, notably the DA, over the recently passed budget continue. Now, that's all for your news headline. Heading over to your sports news, starting off with horse racing. National horse celeb De Allen dies after collapse. Celeb De Allen, a 13-year-old horse, passed away after collapsing following the Grand National. Despite initial recovery signs, his condition worsened. His rider, Michael Nolan, faced a 10-day suspension for continuing the race when celeb Allen showed signs of struggle. The British Horse Racing Authority stated the horse had undergone through checks before racing. Animal rights group criticized horse racing practices, blaming celebrity Allen's death on the sport. The BHA plans a detailed analysis and post-mortem. The Grand National was won by Patrick Mullins on Nick Record. Now, heading over to your football news, Rulani Mokoena said for crunch talks waded in a contract breach. Former Orlando Pirates coach Mokoena joined Wydad in July 2024 on a deal until 2027, but faces backlash after fan dissatisfaction and a Throne Cup exit. While RS Bekan won the league, Mokoena can still secure a CAF Champions League or Confederation Cup spot. Unpaid salaries include his and his staff's add tension with FIFA involvement looming over the debts. Mokwena's future is uncertain as crunch talks approach, with options to leave immediately or stay for Wydad's remaining 5 Botola Pro matches. Wydad signed 22 players after lifting a transfer ban, but financial challenges persist. Heading over to your last one, Ruben Dias, Man City legend Kevin De Bruyne deserves a fitting farewell. Kevin De Bruyne announced his retirement from Manchester City at the end of his contract, concluding a decade-long career with 16 major trophies, including 6 Premier League titles and Champions League. With the FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest approaching, De Bruyne may still secure a 17th medal. Teammate Ruben Dias praised De Bruyne's legacy and emphasized the squad's commitment to making his final season memorable. Diaz highlighted De Bruyne's impact both on and off the pitch, with the team determined to honor his exceptional contribution during his remarkable career. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. Now, let's get you prepped with your weather update and your latest traffic update. All right, let's get you safe on those roads with your latest traffic update. There's a crash on N1 southbound before Brackfontein interchange. The emergency lane is closed on the off-ramp from John Foster Drive M19. Another headline, heavy congesting on N1 southbound at Brackfontein interchange. Expect delays on the on-ramp from Denny Jubete Freeway N1 South. Crash on N1 northbound before Olifantsfontein Road. One lane is closed on the on-ramp from New Road. Expect delays. And also expect heavy delays on N1 northbound just before Winnie Mandela Drive. The on-ramp from Malibongwe Drive R512 is impacted, contributing to slow-moving traffic in the area. There's a stationary vehicle causing delays on N1 northbound at 14th Avenue in Rodiport. One lane is closed on the off-ramp to 14th Avenue M8. There's also a stationary vehicle. A stationary vehicle is affecting traffic on N1 southbound Western Bypass at the ramp from Gordon Road, leading to delays in the area. The emergency lane on the off-ramp to Gordon Road is closed, so drivers should approach with caution and anticipate possible congestion. That's all for your traffic. If you happen to be on the road, do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send us your voice note on 060-493-3226.
Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Miss.
My name is Ketu Mguni.
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working with my man. CC Shabalala Wakabazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Maneli Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Once we've got TCO Mazibugo with the traffic update. Right now we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work or from school,
yes,
right?
Yes,
gonna give you your daily update, so do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, sir.
I thought you had to restart.
Mornings are always exciting, because it is a third day of the week, and also people are looking forward to the weekend. But here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we are determined at bringing you a very good, epic, and interesting show. Bringing you, of course, guests who are going to be sharing information that can be useful. So definitely you should grab that cup if you just joined the live right now. I just want you to relax a bit because it's going to get interesting. You see how the weather is, so you should get comfortable and get warm in your space because everything that we're going to be sharing with you will be useful so that you can use. We know that the information that we get here is the information that definitely can be used on a daily basis. So if right now you are watching
on this amazing ticket.
Yeah, definitely. Staying tuned. Yeah, staying tuned is what you need to do, because also we are going to be bringing you, guests. You know that comedy Wednesday, we always theme them as Comedy Wednesdays. So we will be having two comedians joining us in a studio, but one will be coming in studio and one will be online. Mr. Alex Malate, a comedian, will be here with us. Obviously telling us about the journey of becoming a comedian and how is it going right now. Is it going very well? Are the jokes still joking? And of course, some of the things that we're going to be finding out later when he joins us. And also online, we're going to be joined by Miss Nokomo Swete, who is also a comedian. So you should stay tuned, because man, laughter, it is our best medicine. It's what the comedians do, man, to make sure that they keep us entertained in every day of our lives, because that a lot of people are going through a lot, man, and laughter can do something just to make sure that the day gets encouraged and that day gets start on a very high note. And also we're going to be joined by Miss Pumelo Kaole. She's an educator, and we never disappoint, man, when it comes to school hacks. So Miss Kaole will be joining us on a segment, school hacks, right? So definitely you should stay tuned. If you are a parent and you have a child, we know that schools opened yesterday. She's an educator. She will be taking you through some of the things that you didn't know when handling your children. So she's been in the space. She is experienced. She's someone that you can take notes from. Right? Yeah, that is the people that we're going to be having. And also, as much as Afriberry said, detailed information is coming and it's going to be epic, man, as you stand a chance to win a ticket to the Rain Show. And without wasting any time, man, getting into our daily news and reporting on what is happening on our social media and headlines. What are they saying, right? So of course, that when it comes to the GNU, man, we had hopes about it. When it started, we promised that yes, unity is going to be something that we experience in South Africa, and South African citizens are going to be put first. But now, on the headline that we went through, the GNU future is being questioned, because the question is, will the DA and ANC reconcile? It's looking like Goliath and David now. They're fighting amongst each other. The same parties that promised us that unity is something that we need to have as South African citizens to make this country better. They are the ones who are fighting. So the ANC has briefed the country on the outcomes of the National Working Committee meeting on Monday, and questions are being asked about whether the GNU will survive. It's not the question that we're supposed to be asking right now. VAT is increasing, and then people are coming and posing questions like, will the GNU survive? Guys, I think our country, it is a banana republic.
Yeah,
right?
It is, man.
So tension between the ANC and other GNU partners, notably the DA, over the recently passed budget continue. So I just want to go back to what Fikile Mbalula said about the DA's future in the GNU, and he said that DA's future in the GNU can't be ANC's burden, as MK Party clarifies missing MPs in the budget vote. So the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, let me just share this article with you so that we can go through, man. This is matters that, include you, and it's matters that we need to go through as, South African citizens. Just look into what, we can break down and understand into what is going on right now. So the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula has placed the responsibility of deciding whether to leave the government of national unity on the Democratic Alliance. This follows the DA's opposition to adoption of a report on the fiscal framework and revenue proposal. An essential aspect of the budget in the National Assembly this week, signaling cracks within the GNU. The adoption included recommendation proposed by Action SA. The National Treasury must explore alternative revenue streams within 30 days to replace planned increases in value-added tax and adjustment to personal income tax brackets. Now, speaking to the media in Diepsloot, Gauteng on Friday, Mbalula accused the DA of prioritizing its own narrow interest rather than the country's. The ANC, when we choose the path of GNU, we choose South Africa. It is South Africa and all of us behind it. So, when it comes to this one, okay, Nebula. It is South Africa's first and national interest. If we wanted partnership with the DA, we would have done that. We'd call it the Grand Coalition. But now, obviously, I'm handing over to the people. Just let me know what you think by using hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And you can also send us your voice note on 0634933226. 0604933226 is the number to send your voice note. So, guys, in terms of the GNU unity amongst DA and ANC, I just want you, just let me know what you think and what is your opinion when you're looking at the history of DA and the history of ANC, and now having to be in the same cabinet and work together in favor of South African citizens.
Oof.
Before we start, man, I just want you to clarify to me the term GNU. What does it mean, GNU?
It's the government of national
I'm not that
unity.
big to politics.
Yeah.
So I want to understand what is GNU.
Yeah. So for someone who doesn't understand, the GNU was formed because ANC lost the majority vote.
Right.
ANC couldn't get over 50% votes, right? So now because they couldn't get majority votes, it means
They
now
have to partner
they have
with
to
other
partner
parties,
with other
right?
parties. Yeah. So it's no longer the ANC who is leading right now. Yeah. We can't have, all of the ministers from ANC. So now they
can't take
formed.
the decision alone.
Yes,
they need to
yes.
have some other parties
They need to sit
that will
down.
support
Yeah.
with. Okay, it's like shareholders.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before we make a major decision, we need to sit down. Before I say,
We need
guys,
to vote.
Yes, we need to vote on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Before we say, maybe ANC says, guys, we're seeing that we don't have jobs in South Africa, and increasing VAT to 15% will help us to increase the jobs in South Africa. Now I have to come to USDA and say, what do you think about that? And when SDA, no, man, we see the gap in South Africa, the inequality gap that we have in South Africa. So we can't. Now it becomes a dispute between me and you. And now the
We
other
have to
parties,
call others so that we can vote.
We can
okay,
vote.
who's making the valid reason here?
Right, yes. So that's why they formed what we call the GNU, the Government of National Unity. All of the parties
makes sense
come
now.
nationally and with the name and the spirit of unity come together to make decisions to make this country better.
Dang.
So I don't know if you guys know the history of DA, because I just want your opinion in terms of the history of DA and what their manifesto is stating, because DA want to create jobs and also ANC, they want to create jobs, right? So they have stated in their manifestos, and somehow their manifestos, they differ. But now these two giants need to sit down on the table and make decisions.
Discuss,
Now it's being questioned whether the GNU is going to survive. Do you think that it is viable for us to have DA and the ANC leading us right now in terms of what is happening, in terms of the DA opposing what the ANC say, and the ANC saying, you know what, we don't care, man. We don't care whether you say, but we are the leaders. What do you think about that? Do you think we are taking the right path?
With ANC and DA, I feel like these are siblings.
Yeah.
Siblings will always fight. It doesn't matter who is leading.
Yeah.
As long as whoever is leading, they'll always be the one who's opposing with, I could have done better.
Yeah.
I could have done. If DA leads, ANC will be like, I could have done better. Now that ANC is leading, DA is like, I could have done better.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, right? So when it comes to the GNU, right? In a way, it is a good thing, because now you get to have so many parties that are actually against the ANC now under one umbrella with them. And it's not even just the DA only.
Yeah.
But then when you also take a look at the history of the DA and the ANC, they've always been neck to neck and have always been fighting.
Yeah.
So in a way, we can't really judge whether DA would bring a better change or not, because we've never given it a chance. And I understand that as South Africans, one of the major reasons why I've never actually even gave it a chance is because we're afraid of like literally ending up and going back to the apartheid era because it's an all-white party. And with the past people they've had to represent the party, especially people who are basically black, they've never succeeded. One of them was a black female. She ended up leaving the party and ended up taking a job in the US.
Yeah.
And then you also had Musi Maimane, who was also the poster child for DA, who ended up leaving the party and opening his own party.
Yeah.
Then you had Patricia DeLille, who is a colored descendant, who actually also ended up being the poster female of the party and left the party and literally opened her own party.
Yeah.
So that also goes to say a lot about DA and their own house.
Yeah.
That you've had so many people from different demographics you've put on the forefront to try and represent you as a party that is actually for South Africa and is for South African unity throughout all demogrations and racial postures, but it has never actually been fully done.
Yeah.
And the one thing I hate about the GNU is that people are asking is whether if the GNU can survive. What happened to asking whether we as South Africans can actually survive with the red rate that is actually going up?
Yeah.
Our country has a much more higher unemployment rate for us even be worrying about whether the government of unity can survive.
Yeah.
The question is, can people who are on the ground actually survive? We don't have jobs. Yet you hear the president saying, the stats say that unemployment has decreased where? I want to know where they find those stats. Because I've never seen anybody as a government official literally coming to Soweto, Tembisa, Alexandra, Katlehong, Tepiso, such places that they never even think about going to, and actually seeing that people do not work.
Yeah.
We have so many people who are unemployed, and then if GNU to survive. Are we going to survive people on the ground with the high tax that is actually going up?
Yeah.
That is the most important question, not whether the GNU can survive. Are we as South Africans going to survive? People are still living from mouth to hand. We have people by 5,000, 3 years, 3 years, we have the vet that is increasing, things are increasing. Why are salaries not also increasing? Cabinet increase.
Yeah, definitely. This speaks to us as South African citizens putting the president in action. Also reminding ourselves on when the GNU was proposed to the country and was announced that it's going to be formed. We need to go back into what did it state? What did Ramaphosa say the GNU is going to say? So with me right here is a document from the July 1st, 2024 in Monday. That is when Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa released his first statement about the GNU. So right now on my screen, on your screen, you're going to see, that document right there from the desk of the president. It's titled the GNU, a government united in action and purpose. President Cyril Ramaphosa has used his weekly newsletter as a rallying call for all South Africans to work even closer together to build a country for all. This after the president announced the cabinet for the 7th administration during an address to the nation on Sunday evening, compromising of all members of the government national unity. In the spirit of partnership and collaboration, the incoming government will work together with other formations to convene a national dialogue. All parties, civil society groups, labor, business, and other stakeholders will be invited to work together to address the critical challenges facing the nation. So, that in terms of putting the country and the president into action, this is what we're speaking about. Going back to what you guys promised us. Because everywhere you go, provincial, regional and national, the people are going to go back to what you promised. We are living in the promised land, right? Parties, they come to us when it's time for elections, telling you that, guys, we're going to fix everything. We're going to build you houses. We're going to build you clinics, schools, going to build you roads, fix those potholes. But now, when it's time to do that, they are nowhere to be found. You see?
I had an idea with the potholes.
Yeah.
We're running out of oxygen, right? So I was thinking, Gucci, whenever you see a pothole, just plant a tree.
What?
Just plant a tree. Yeah, so that the government is a papa. You know what?
Hi, maning.
Yeah, whenever
it
you see a
depends on where the pothole is. Imagine
so
in
that
a freeway you plant a tree.
No, the government.
Hi, maning.
You know the potholes mauzanga izingaganan. So the government needs to be in action. Whenever you see a pothole, just plant a tree so that the government is okonugba in action. Whenever they promise, they can deliver.
Yeah.
The only thing that they deliver are t-shirts. Yeah.
Oh,
indeed,
that's
man.
actually very true. They deliver more t-shirts than the empty promises they've given us throughout the year.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you is that they literally run a national t-shirt drive.
Yeah.
See?
Those people.
Yeah.
We want jobs. We want you to fix the country. Don't give us t-shirt. Skipper won't put it. Skipper sa se ka seng ke mfidi aparo. Se ka seng pele dijo mo di matafole. Se ka se itse gore ke kgone tlhokomela bana ba ka. And then o wa go nnela sa skipper ya go iranga skipper. Re batla tiro.
Yeah.
Lukisa naga ya rona. Le tlogole bolela whether the GNU can survive. There's so many things that need to be fixed in our country. Start fixing them.
Yeah, definitely. It speaks to, South Africans standing up to the problems and what we are facing on a daily basis. Just let me know what you think right there using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. We are live on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook. Do make sure that you leave down your comment. And also, if you want to send a voice note or call us in, the number to do that is 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number to call. Right now, what we're going to do is to take a short break. And then when we come back, of course, we don't cease to amaze and do not forget to bring you what happened today, what we call significant things that happened in history, which is today in history and the word of the day. Let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be diving deep into that just to get you, sizzled up right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Right, that was your weather update. We hope that you guys are keeping warmer in this cold weather and rainy weather outside. So right now, time is 10 minutes till we hit 8 o'clock. And I haven't seen those hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on my YouTube. Where are you guys? Are you sleeping? Come on, man. Let's use those hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and hashtag Sivugile. Come on, join us in because we've got interesting things to give away. Speaking of interesting things, we're giving away 3 tickets today to the Rain Show. So do make sure that if you've won a ticket, if Mpo is joining the live, if Zinzi is joining the live right now, do make sure that you share the live to your friends if you want them to win tickets as well. And as well as promised that today we're going to be having an epic and interesting interesting show by bringing on today's guest. We have two comedians who are going to be joining us. One will be joining us shortly and later today on online call, and then Mr. The other one will be joining us right here in studio. And speaking of those comedians, the first one is Alex Malate, who is a comedian. He will be joining us, sharing a lot more about his journey of becoming a comedian. And also you can ask questions right here when he's here with us. And also we have Miss Nokumo Swete. She's also a comedian, going to be sharing more of her journey as a comedian. You can also ask her question on YouTube using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Lastly, you're going to be joined by Miss Pumelo Kaule, who is an educator. So definitely the schools have opened. Yes, you have children who go to school, and you will want to know more about handling them and how to deal with them while the schools are open, with the stresses that the children come with, the stress that you come with at home, now coming at home, to reconcile and continue your day. How do you go about that? So she will be joining us on the segment called The School Hacks. Definitely it is for you out there, whoever is watching. So yes, I just got an important update right here on the Rain Show ticket giveaway. So the first one, if you are on Facebook, we are giving away 1 ticket on Facebook, and we're giving away 2 tickets on YouTube.
So, Kev, right?
Yeah.
He's waiting for his interview time, ne? And I must tell you that his name is Kevin Malete.
Who?
Kevin Malete.
Not Alex Malate.
Kevin
Malete.
And you see the guys at the back. And it's like,
Hart.
he said, you know what he said to me? He's like, tell the guy, my name is Kevin Malete. The email is confusing people. I'm actually watching.
Kevin Hart. Sorry, Kevin.
Oh man, okay, sorry about that, man. We'll correct the word. So it's Kevin Malete. Kevin Malete, thank you so much for joining in, man. We can't wait to have you here right there. And thank you for correcting us, by listening and tuning in. And you can also, win yourself a ticket to the Rain Show, man, while you are still on your way here. So, of course, since I've been giving the details that if you are on Facebook, we're giving away 1 ticket. If you're on YouTube, we're giving away 2 tickets. So, on YouTube, 1 will be a riddle we read live, and the first person to comment the correct answer wins on YouTube. The last one will be online trivia. If you are interested in taking part, share your WhatsApp number so we can call you. So if you want to share your WhatsApp number, just text us on 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. That is the number that you need to send us a text so that you can participate on the online call. So the last one will be online trivia. So you will be, competing with someone online right here, and you will stand a chance to win your ticket. By the way, it's live. So you're asking yourself, why are you seeing ourselves right here? We are live. So we'll be doing it live. And when you call us in right now, you stand a chance to winning that ticket. So now going back to, I see we have some people right there. Good morning. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, the number 1 breakfast show in the heart of Soweto, Sivugi. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see right there on our YouTube comment section. Hashtag Sivugile. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. I have a Queen Ramosweyu. Good morning, Sivugile. Thanks for a great show. And please, Nelly Swamni, Queen Ramosweyo, you guys stand a chance to win tickets to the Rain Show. So stay tuned, because the riddle will be announced soon for you to win a ticket to the Rain Show. So definitely, please stay tuned until the end of the show. Today, when we end the show, we're going to be announcing 3 winners. 1 from Facebook, 2 from YouTube. Interesting things that we have right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So now continuing our normal day-to-day basis, which is today in history, things that serve significant history, and we learn about them each and every day. That today this has happened, and we are always going to remember that it happened on a certain day. So let me get on top of it. What do we have today? So today, a man attempts to kill wife for money using a car bomb. Woo! Graham Beckhouse orchestrated a sinister plot in Horton, England, involving a car bomb that injured his wife, Margaret, and a staged murder to frame his neighbor, Colin Bedale Taylor. After planting false threats and increasing his wife's life insurance, Beckhouse set off the bomb, injuring Margaret but sparing her life. He later killed Bedale Taylor, claiming self-defense, but forensic evidence and a matching doodle on a threat note revealed Beckhouse's guilt. Convicted in 1985, he was sentenced to life imprisonment for his calculated and his chilling crimes. Yes, today on the 9th of April, man attempts to kill wife for money using a car bomb. Hey! Damn. On the next one, in 1820, the first British settlers arrived in Algoa Bay. On the 9th of April 1820, around 4,500 British settlers, known as the 1820 settlers, arrived at Algoa Bay, now called Port Elizabeth. Is it Gqeberha? Yes. So they arrived today in Gqeberha. 4,500 British settlers. They arrived in Gqeberha aboard 21 ships, including the Chapman, to establish homes on the eastern border of the Cape Colony. Despite their lack of farming experience, they were tasked with agricultural development to strengthen the region against Xhosa incursions. Initially living in government-provided tents, they built permanent homes and cultivated land. Although many moved to towns, contributing to societal development through businesses, schools, churches, and free press, those who remained on farms eventually succeeded, shaping South Africa's history and growth. Today, 1820, first British settlers arrived in Algoa Bay, now known as Gqeberha.
Algoa Bay back in the days. PE back in the days was Algoa Bay.
And then changed to PE, now it's Gqeberha.
Ba fitlhile ba le 4,000 gona no ba ika.
4,500. Right now, we're speaking millions now. Moving on, the journey of reconciliation considered the first freedom the first freedom ride set out from DC. On April 9th, 1947, the Congress of Racial Equity, CORE, launched the Journey of Reconciliation, a 2-week bus ride through the American South involving 16 black and white activists to test the Supreme Court's Morgan v. Virginia in Virginia 1946 decision, which struck down segregation on interstate buses. Organized by Bayard, Rustin, and others, the journey aimed to challenge Jim Crow laws and raise awareness of the ruling while developing nonviolent conflict resolution strategies. The activists faced arrest during 6 of their 26 seating arrangement tests, and in North Carolina, they were attacked by an angry mob. The significant event led by Rustin, who later played a key role in the civil rights movement, served as a precursor to the freedom rides of the 1960s. Definitely, that's what we have, and that's all we have in Today in History. If you happen to know anything and want to know anything, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. Talk.
So for me, Today in History, I have Today in History based on music. So in 2012, The Lion King becomes the highest grossing Broadway show, overtaking The Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
So basically, but Papa says in The Lion King Broadway show comes from South Africa, FYI.
Lion King, Nansingwenya. It says Nansingwenya.
Mabagithi babu.
Tseba kongwenya memfela wena. Mangathi ngixoxela istori se Lion King wazi ingwenya makuphela wena.
I know Lion King, bruh.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Lion King. I know the English version, the Zulu version, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And then a fun fact about today: San Diego Padres owner Ray Kroc addresses the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, I suffer with you. I've never seen such stupid baseball playing in my life. This was in April 9th in 1974.
Who's that?
Is the owner of the San Diego Padres. So now complain that according to him, the match was very stupid.
Wow.
What happened was unbelievable. So literally did a speech with ladies and gentlemen. I have never seen such stupid baseball playing in my life. I really need to go have a recap of that match.
Yo, hey.
I really need to go have a recap of that match. So, and then we also have celebrity birthdays, right? So for celebrity birthdays, we are celebrating Christian Stewart.
Wait. We are coming there. We are coming.
Mina
Obviously,
nyakhathi.
we need to start with the calendar. Where are we? Because a lot of people want to know, guys. You know, where are we in terms of the days, man? Are we 26 days into the year? Are we 36 days into the year? Yes, we know that some of you don't own calendars in your homes. Some of you don't even watch calendars in your cell phones, right? So we are here to help
We
you.
only check the important date.
It matters, man. It matters, man, because you need to say, you need to check Uguti
At
today.
what day are we in?
Yeah,
today?
man. How many days have we spent, 2025 alone?
I think people care about the dates that matters to them. E15,
Leave? Okay.
E15, E25, all those important dates.
Those are suicidal days. Man.
Those are days when people get paid. That's how
That's the thing. Those are days when
Those are
human
days
beings
when
are not
people
normal.
get paid
Those are
15,
what suicidal
25,
days?
Yeah.
30, even
What do you
sometimes
say
on the
those are
20th.
suicidal days?
People are not normal, man. Month end, day 15, people are not normal. So those are
Yeah,
days
that's when people
where,
actually go haywire.
things are just everywhere. Right? So yeah, man, in terms of the number of the days we are into the year, today is the 99th day of the year and 100th day in leap years. So tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be marking 100 days into 2025. So definitely we are here and we're still strong, man. Celebrate every day like it's your birthday, man. And number of days that are remaining, there are 266 days remaining. What's that he said? December, we are here. Fix those price stands. Fix those cars. We are about to travel and have the fun
those
that we've never had.
carapaces.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Fix us. What do you call this? I'm a 2000.
Shayi moto.
Convoy. Convoy is coming, man. Weeks remaining. We are left with 37 weeks remaining to end the year and go into 2026. Now, obviously, we had some celebrity birthdays. Yes, you can call out those celebrities right there.
So the first one is Christian Stewart, famously known as Bella Swan in Twilight. So she's turning 35 today, and she also played. She also starred in Snow White and the Huntsman opposite Chris Hemsworth and the South African golden child Charlize Theron. And we also have another birthday. It's Ella Fleming, and she is turning 27 today. Ella Fleming is turning 27, and she is also Dakota. She is also Dakota Fanning's fellow actress. They're actually siblings. Yeah, she's also a movie icon. She has starred in a film called I Am Sam in 2001, and she's also appeared in television shows, gaining prominence in a role in Sophia Coppola's Some Way. And then the last one that I have is Lil Nas X.
Yes, Lil Nas X, man, is some of the person that I have right here. So I think in terms of the pictures, now let me read these guys so that people can have an idea of what we're speaking of, who we are speaking about. Because if you can read Mr. Luda Foundros, the next thing we don't see the picture right there. So the first one that I have, yes, is Lil Nas X, right? Born today, April 9th in 1999. The boy is turning 26 years old. Interesting fact about X, Lil Nas X, his stage name X was inspired by a Twitter account he ran as devoted fan of Nicki Minaj. It makes sense now. So an American rapper, singer and songwriter gained worldwide fame with his 2018 country rap Old Town Road, which broke records as the longest running #1 song on the US Billboard's Hot 100. Notably, he came out as gay while at the peak of his success, becoming the first artist to do so with a #1 record. Following this, he released his EP, 7 singles like Montero, Call Me By Your Name, and Industry Baby. Known for his bold visuals and social media presence, Lil Nas X has received numerous awards, including Grammys and Billboard
Music Awards, he was named one of Time's 100 most influential people in 2020 and was inducted into the Songwriter Hall of Fame 2022. He further cementing his impact on music and culture.
Controversial rapper I've ever seen.
That's a Lil Nas X, man. But I hope that it doesn't happen to every man. You know, when you become successful, you become a lady. Why? Why, when we become successful, we want to become ladies?
It starts with you guys doing some man.
It's not even about that, Mo. It's basically making sure, because let's be honest, in order for you to draw in a higher percentage in terms of viewerships and listeners, you need to make music for the ladies. Look at each and every single concert that each and every single rap has ever had. There's more ladies, there's more females compared to men. And then you always say, I'm out there for my G. That time your G ain't even in a concert. Strategy, my guy.
But happy birthday. I don't know whether to say Mr. or Mrs., but we're not there. So another one is Jasmine Sullivan, birth year April 9th, 1987, turning 38 years old. Interesting fact about Jasmine Sullivan is a Grammy Award-winning American R&B singer, an acclaimed American R&B singer and songwriter. She has won numerous awards, including 2 Grammys and a spot on Time's 2022 list of the 100 most influential people. Born in Philadelphia, her debut album Fearless 2008 achieved a platinum certification and chart-topping success with hit singles like Need You Bad, Bust Your Windows, her follow-up albums Like Me Back in 2010, Reality Show 2015, and The Hook's Tales in 2021 continued her success, with The Hook's Tales earning critical acclaim and featuring the platinum certified hits Pick Up Your Feelings and Girl Like Me. Her work showcases her talent and enduring influence in the R&B music. Happy birthday! Last one that I have right here is Erich Ludendorff. Born April 9th, 1865, and then passed on 20 December 1937, and he is turning 72 years, or supposed to be turning 72 years. Interesting fact about Ludendorff: participated in an unsuccessful Nazi coup in Munich in 1923, and in 1925 ran for president against Hindenburg, now bitter enemy. Erich Ludendorff, a Prussian-born German military officer and a politician, rose to prominence during the World War I for his strategic victories at Lich at Tannenberg, and later became Germany's de facto ruler in a military dictatorship alongside Paul von Hindenburg. Despite initial successes, his strategies failed by late 1918, leading to his resignation. After war, he became a nationalist figure, promoting the stab-in-the-back myth and participating in failed coups, including Hitler's beer half push. Retiring from politics, Ludendorff focused on military theory, advocating perpetual war. Why are we celebrating his birthday, man? He passed away in 1937, receiving a state funeral against his wishes. Happy birthday, Mr. Ludendorff. Happy birthday,
Why
Mr.
do they know that it was against his wishes? Because he died.
No, man, it's too deep and political for other people, man, because you know these kind of things that happen in the war. I mean, we need to celebrate, you know, people who are significant. Yes, being born, but we can't say when Mr. Adolf is growing up like, happy birthday, Mr.
Yeah.
No, man, no. But if you happen to know anyone who's growing up today, guys, do make sure that you send them a shout out right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And also you can send a voice note on 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number for you to send a shout out to your friend, to your family member, and anyone, man, that happens to be close to you, because this is the Vooka Breakfast Show. We aim to make sure that we are family. And speaking of family, man, hashtag Takalani, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning, family. We like family now. That's what I like, man. That's what I like. Definitely, Mr. TK. We are family right now on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And also, speaking of a family, you are one of the person who stand a chance to win the ticket to the rain show. So I want to get those thumbs up if you are interested in winning the ticket to the rain show. Give me a thumbs up if you are interested. I'm going to read the following details right here onto how you can win. But before I do that, we're not done, because because after today in history, we go through what we call word of the day. Right? Definitely our word of the day today is as follows. So right now I am looking for the word. Yes, there we go. Word of the day. They were taking me through the the pronunciation because obviously, you know, for it's Musi, right? So obviously, a person like me, when it comes to pronunciation, you need to take maybe 2 days for me to get the word correct.
Makes
you know,
sense.
I need to take pronunciation classes correct because
is there a master of
I pronounce things
pronunciation, though?
deep. Yeah, there's no master.
Of pronunciation.
There's no
So
master.
It's possible that also Musi is wrong.
Wow.
I'm just asking.
It's the chances are he is wrong because last week he proved us Guti he can be wrong.
Okay.
With
all
that
right.
word lugubrious. They were like, nah, that's not how you spell it. He said it's spelled lugubrious. Right? But no, the English lady was like, no, Musi, it's lugubrious. Right? It happens, man. As long as you get what we're saying right here, right?
Yeah.
So word of the day today is aquis. Right? Okay. And of course, maybe you might be asking yourself if maybe aquis is just 3 words. No. It's definitely, I think it's 7 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aquis. 9 letters. Right? Alphabet. Letters. Okay.
Yeah, letters.
Aquis. So what is aquis? And how is it spelled? Surely right there on your screen you can see. Do you have aquis right there? Okay, we don't have aquis, but
I'm shy.
Yeah. Yeah, shy.
Yeah, shy.
It takes 2 days man, to know this way. So aquis is spelled as follows. It's A C Q U I E S C E. Aquis. Let me spell that again. It's A C Q U I E S C E. Aquis. Right? Of course, you might be asking yourself, hey man, what is aquis, man?
What does it mean?
What does it mean, man?
Yeah.
So, the meaning of the word is to agree without protesting. Okay, yeah, to agree without protesting. To agree without protesting is the meaning of the word aquis.
Yeah. That is done by the wise people in the world.
Yeah.
To agree without,
Yeah, Mara, some of the things you can't agree, my friend. Like, what are you saying when? Yeah? And then, of course, how would you use, aquis in a simple sentence, right? So, in a sentence, we would use aquis as follows. Sarah acquised in his decision. No, Sarah is a woman, man. Sarah acquised in her decision, right? And the meaning of the word is to agree without protesting. That means if you agree without protesting that statement that has been given to you, you are acquiescing that person.
So I'm thinking to agree without protesting.
Yeah.
Is it because someone is right or you just like, whatever, man?
I mean, a lot of parties in the GNU, they agree without protesting. Whatever Ramaphosa says, Pambi, president, Pambi. You understand? That example that we can use is on politics.
Oh, it's
because even when the boss, man, when the boss comes at work, you don't. Pambili boss. Pambili. I agree with you, my boss.
Without protesting.
You are not protesting.
It's like your mother saying, hey, Mo, go wash the dishes.
Exactly.
You acquiesce.
A lot of us, we grew up acquiescing. Right?
Oh, dang.
It's like, I'll do it anyway, man. I will do it. So, how would you guys use the word acquiesce in a sentence? The word mean to agree without protesting. How would you use the word?
So here...
I heard you.
You heard me.
End of discussion. I'm not disagreeing.
Oh.
I heard you. That's like the most simplest way of using aquis because it's basically to disagree, to agree without protest. I heard you. The most simplest way of saying it.
Yeah. It's like Mo said Maningi is beautiful. Maningi acquist.
Yo. Okay. I'll
Makes
give
sense,
that to you, man. Yeah.
Maningi acquist.
You acquist. You agreed without protesting.
Without protesting.
Right?
But you protested in the end and said you're not
beautiful. Protest. I acquist.
Yeah.
Damn.
So right now, I want you to participate on this activity.
Right.
So, you have sold your soul. Agree without protesting.
I acquiesced.
Yes, you need to agree. Just say yes. When someone's saying, Mo, you have sold your soul to become a presenter. Yes, I've done it. I've agreed without protesting, but I did not sell my soul. Right? Yes, right there. Hector Takalane are I want them, meaning the ticket. I see your voice note has come through, but yes, the word of the day, guys, today is acquiesce. Acquiesce. To agree without protesting. Definitely on this show, hey, we protest a lot, so we can't agree to everything, right? So, but if you're watching right now, how would you use the word acquiesce? It is our word of the day. Just let us know right there using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on YouTube. And also, if you're watching on Facebook, it is Vooka Breakfast Show. The number to call is 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. Right? So, I've got a voice note right here I want us to listen to.
The word for today.
Okay, let me fix that so that we can get to hear what Mr. TK is saying. There we go. We are solved right now.
The word for today, acquiesce. We are acquiescing with load shedding.
Yes.
You see how he acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
He said acquiesce.
I think I have that thing where, when I pronounce
there's
words.
no master of pronunciation.
Yeah, because yes, I'm the one who said, because when you hear me, I'm like acquiesce, right? Acquiesce. So obviously the next person, when they hear me, they're going to feel like, and they're going to hear acquiesce. Acquiesce. So that statement, man, listen to this again.
Yeah.
The word for today, acquiesce. We are acquiescing with load shedding.
Yeah.
Load shedding. So people with load shedding, we are agreeing without protesting. We like, okay, ESCOM, stage 2, 2 hours. Stage 5, 5 hours. Right? We are agreeing without protesting. If it's load shedding, you can't see people protesting right there. Right? You can't see people protesting right there, blocking the tires, on the road and things like that. But thank you so much, TK, for bringing that up. If you want to do so right there at home, what you need to do, you can simply call us or send a voice note on 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. As promised, it's 18 minutes past 8 at the time right now, and that is where we're going to conclude with our Today in History and Word of the Day. As promised, that our guest will be here, and she is joining us. She is he. Oh, so Miss Nuku is coming in.
Yes, but after the interview with Alex.
Both of them are online.
Yes. So right now we're dealing with Kevin. My bad. Kevin. Yes,
Kevin.
we're dealing with Kevin at this moment. Kevin Malati for his interview.
Yeah, so definitely Kevin.
He's already online, my guy.
Oh, Kevin is already online. But as much as we are fixing our things so that we can see you, Mr. Kevin, we're going to take a short break and give people who are watching right now a weather update. And then when we come back, guys, Mr. Kevin Malate is joining us right here. So stay tuned. Do not going anywhere. It's Comedy Wednesday. Let's have that laughter right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. That was your weather update right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Time right now is 21 minutes past 8. Kuyabanda. And definitely when it's cold, man, you need to laugh so that the blood and the juices in your body can, get in there. So that, you can have that energetic start of your day. As promised, man, we're going to be joined by Kevin Malate. I hope I'm still, pronouncing it correct.
Because that's the first time you say it right, my guy. Kevin,
Kevin.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, definitely. I won't forget it, man. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Kevin, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you so much, man, for making time and, join us online right here, man. Good morning, and how are you doing this morning?
Morning, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just hope I don't get in trouble because I had to make plans to be here.
Yeah.
I hope my boss doesn't find me. Comedians are always all over the show, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, definitely. We just love the fun, man, of, making sure that, you make some time to share your craft with the people out there. And yeah, we can't wait to get into conversation with you right here. So, guys, if you're watching right now, Mr. Kevin Malate just joined in. He is a comedian. So definitely Wednesdays are for laughter. Just join us because you're going to have fun. Fun is what we have right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Yeah. So, Mr. Kevin, let's get into it, man. Before we get into those crafted jokes, can you please, for someone who is listening right now and watching, can you please take them through who is Kevin and what does he do?
Well, Kevin is a technical comedian. I say technical because my parents didn't want me to do comedy growing up. They wanted me to go to school. So I went to school, I got my degree, I gave it back to them, and then I started doing my thing.
He's still
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I can't help it.
Now continue.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been writing comedy since 2016 when I started writing. We wrote sketches, we wrote for people. I was always afraid of the spotlight, because my parents didn't approve. So I wrote for people. It was up until last year when I started taking on the stage. And since then, I said, you know what? I don't care what my parents say anymore. This is me. I'm going to do me. And that's what it has been since, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we love it, man. We love it, man, because it's very interesting, man, to hear, most of the comedians' journey on how they started. Because yes, it's important for us to know because did you wake up or you were born with the jokes that you have or things like that. So in terms of growing up, man, I've had a lot of comedians. They say they grew up as these kids who are troublesome, who are always joking with their friends. So when it comes to your childhood and growing up, please take us through that, man.
Growing up, I grew up with strict parents, but somehow they always had to laugh. I remember the other time I was doing cartoons, so I made these cartoons that my father didn't really like. So he came to my room the other day, found me on my PC. He was like, let me see what you are wasting your time with. I played that 10-second video. As angry as he was, I started bursting in laughter, man. That's why I knew that this was for me. Even in school, I got into trouble a lot, I was not always loud. I was just always laughing at the back with the guys, but we were not too loud, So teachers, every time when they come in, when we see a teacher coming in, that's when we would start writing homework. I got in trouble the other day. The teacher walks in and is pissed off. There were people that were inspecting the school to see if the children were behaving and all of that. And there I was writing homework. He's talking. I can't hear anything that he's saying, and he's talking. And then after writing that homework, I was copying from the lady that was sitting next to me. And then after that, I started celebrating. I'm like, yeah, boo. Hey, she got pissed off, man. She called me up to the front. And then when I got there, she was like, who do you think you are? You think you're smarter than everyone here? She moved me at the back because back then it was still allowed to beat children at school. It was not. So she moved me, and then as I'm walking out, I turned around. I was by the door. She was like, "What do you want? You want to fight?" I said, "No, I wanted to apologize." Then she burst in laughter, and it ended right there. So comedy would get me in trouble, but most of the time, it gets me out of trouble. That's what it has been.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man, that's my
Interesting.
life. I think I was a comedian since I was young because even now, like people say I'm an introvert, those that don't know me very well. But those that have spent time with me, including my family, most of them I've seen them maybe years ago. They remember me by maybe one joke that I once did around them that cracked everyone up. And the thing about being a comedian is that sometimes you don't mean to make these jokes. You just say something and people just start laughing, you know. So
Yes.
like now, you see what you guys are doing. You know, so yeah, man, that has been my childhood, man. Comedy has always been there. And like for me, most of my friends growing up they were also funny. When I started doing comedy, no one was shocked. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's about time. What
Yeah.
were you waiting for?"
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's what it has
Yeah,
been. And it's
interesting,
been fun.
interesting to hear that, man. Interesting to hear that because we know, in terms of what people are doing, you know, in terms of comedian, surely, you know, and most of the time there is inspiration that you draw from. So I just want to ask you, man, in terms of inspiration, man, like what inspired you the most, you know, to become a comedian that you are today?
Well, I can say, okay, my dad was very strict, but my mom has always been fun. I think my mom is the funniest person I know. She's very good with impressions. So when we grew up, like when we're chilling later, watching TV, she would do impressions of people and we would follow from that, you know. And then this one day, I got my hands on Def Comedy Jam. I don't know if you know about that. That was like the
Yeah,
thing
Dev
that got
comedy,
me
yeah.
there. Yeah, I started watching Bunny Mac. I started seeing like different people because at first I wanted to do this, but I was worried because I'm not a loud person naturally, you know. But then I started getting exposed to guys like Dave Chappelle who are chilled when they do their comedy and analyzing these comedians from Def Comedy Jam. I started realizing that being a comedian doesn't mean you have to be loud. You just have to have the jokes. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
takes.
And
yeah.
make sure
You
they
know, so
hit.
yeah, yeah. Make sure they. So sometimes you walk into stage and people are like, "Huh, this guy, look at his face. What is he gonna say now?" And then you start doing your thing, but before you know it, you start realizing that people are starting to fall in love with you through
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
You know, so I was inspired by a lot of comedian, and to be honest, it was from Def Comedy Jam. When I started, when Trevor Noah started growing, that's when I started looking into South African comedy because I didn't know that South Africans could do comedy before. And it was a shock to me to realize how easy it is to get an open spot, you know. So
Yeah.
that's why I started doing open mics. First time did open mic, the first 3 minutes, no one laughed. I was like, damn, maybe this is not for me. But then I said, no, I need to get at least one laugh.
Yeah.
But after that, man, I just got laughs after laughs after laughs after laughs. The comedians that were there didn't believe that it was my first time taking the stage, you know, but it's something that I had been doing for a long time. It's just that I had never been on stage, you know. So when I started going on stage, everything started going well.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's very interesting to hear that because you know I wanted to base my question on that. That okay, it's your first time now on stage. How are you feeling, man? How are the nerves? Are you someone who is calm and say, you know what, whatever happens, I'm going to take it, or the nerves were just on you and you wanted to impress the crowd?
I had nerves. I almost didn't go on stage, man. I almost didn't go. I saw guys going on stage and doing their jokes. I was like, yo, this thing is not easy, you know. But I just had to do it because for me, it was a now or never moment, you know. So it was like that. And I did some bad jokes too, and I made some enemies, you know. But that's part of the journey of being a comedian, you know. As a comedian, you make enemies.
Yeah.
Okay, on Mr. Kevin, on comedy, like, do you have beef? Like, do you have beef in comedy? Is there any beef in comedy? 'Cause I feel like if you're a comedian, I feel like anything that is being said, you're like, it's not that deep, man, because you're a comedian, you're a guy that takes everything lightly, you know?
Yeah, so are you talking beef between comedians or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
beef in
beef between
general?
comedians. Beef between comedians. Is there any beef between comedians?
Since I started doing comedy, I've seen the, what do you call it? If it was war, I would say it's a cold war. But I've seen people beefing in comedy, man. I've seen people saying, I'm not gonna perform on that stage because so and so is hosting. But for me, it's just comedy is comedy, man. I
Yeah,
take things
yeah.
lightly. I haven't been personally involved in beefs and things like that. I work with everyone that's willing to work with me, and
Yeah.
that's just how I handle. But there is beef, man. There is. There are people that are not even allowed to go to some comedy stages.
Yeah,
They tell
yeah.
you straight, "Hey, I don't want to see you here because you think you're funnier than everyone," and it happens, man. It's all the same. It's all the same.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So, in terms of the kind of craft that you give out to the people, because it's something that we have seen that people have their own target market. So, would you say that you have your own crowd that you give your jokes to, or you are just someone who just go anywhere, whether it's corporate, whether it's kokasi, you come in and do your job, or you stick to doing comedy kokasi?
Yeah, before Mr. Kevin, I think to add on what Mo is saying, like what kind of comedy do you do? And there's political comedy, there's dark humor, and what kind of comedy do you do?
Well, and most of my comedy is based on true stories. So most of the things that I say are things that have happened to me personally, or things that I just find funny. Like it can be political, but it's not much political. It's more of the things that are happening every day, but I look at it differently. You know what I mean? Like you just have a different perspective. So I've been doing comedy in Randburg, I've been doing it in Sentin, I've been doing it in Soweto. So sometimes you just have to know the type of audience that you have and how to deliver message, but you can still deliver the same message to different crowds in different ways, if you know what I mean, because comedy is relatable. It's mostly the truth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so in terms of material, man, coming up and the processing of coming up with your stuff to give to the people, can you just tell us that how do you come up with it? Does it come straight into your mind when you just right there in front of the people, or you have to sit down and write down some things and go deep into crafting it? This goes here, this goes here. So how does it go?
So for me as a comedian, when you always come up with jokes. Jokes are everywhere, man. You're talking to people, you get jokes, but those jokes are not organized. So what I do is, if I see a potential in something, I'll just write it down and keep it in the bank. And then when I'm bored, this is like literally how I write my jokes. When I'm bored, I take that one line that I wrote. I go into the toilet, I lock the door, then I start processing because there's less distractions there, So that's why I write most of my jokes. I'll be sitting there laughing by myself, writing and writing and writing and organizing it. And then that's when I realized that, okay, this is my punchline. This is my punchline. This one is a punchline, but it doesn't hit very hard. So basically, it's come everywhere, but you need to organize them so that people can get the message clearly and the punchlines can hit. What I mean. Yeah, man. So that's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's my process, by the way.
Because the reason I'm asking this, it comes to, this other question that I want to ask in terms of, yes, you're on the crowd and you have organized your joke to say, okay, this is how it's going to go. So now, do you do sacrifices when you're on stage and say, now the crowd is reacting, let me hit them with that punchline that I wanted to close with? Has it ever happened, and how did you deal with it?
I think, you have to read the crowd. Yes, you have material, but if you know your material, you must read the crowd. If the crowd is responding, then that is the best feeling, I think, for every comedian. If you see the crowd responding, then the punchline just fall in. others can come up like when you are there on stage. You don't even have to go back and refer to the jokes that you wrote. You can just hit them. But if the crowd is not responding, you need to have an escape plan. Like you need to have those small jokes that if this joke is not working, this is what I'm gonna hit them with, to calm the people or bring them back to life. Because jokes don't always work, man. Everybody bombs. Even the biggest comedians that you know, they do bomb, especially when it comes to the small shows, they bomb. So, that's just the process, It's part of the process.
We've heard that comedians die on the stage. Have you ever had the experience of dying on the stage?
Yeah, the blank moment whereby you just hit a joke and the crowd went quiet. Like, boom.
I did a gay jokes the other day. And there were a lot of gays there, man. They were all looking at me like, what is he saying? So, and I have like comedian friends, they always tell me that, you know what, you always need to try and avoid the gay jokes. And I think it's not fair, because we make fun of everyone. We make fun of black people, white people, homeless people, poor people. But somehow, when you make fun of gays, you have to be very careful in your approach. You have to be very careful. So I bombed the other day. I did like 3 minutes. And I couldn't sleep for the whole week. I had to go back on stage to redeem myself.
Based on that, Mr. Kevin, based on that, how do you tackle the sensitive issues like the LGBTQI, the racism, all those sensitive topics? How do you handle them when you make a joke based on the sensitive topics?
Well, my secret for now, what I've realized is that if you start by giving them a compliment, it seems like, and they like the compliment, then you can make fun of them. So, but I think that's a challenge that I personally have as a comedian, is that I find humor in everything, and people don't always find humor in everything. Sometimes you go on stage thinking you're gonna make friends, and then you come back with enemies. They don't want to see you again. Up until they see you again and they realize that, oh, okay, this guy is like this and he's actually fun, So you do have those moments. And sometimes you don't necessarily know how to handle it, because as a comedian, you laugh at yourself, when things are going bad. Like humor is everywhere for comedians. And I think that's the disadvantage,
Yeah. So of course, man, as much as you're a comedian, and we love what you're doing in the space. So can you please tell us about that gay joke, man?
I don't think you're gonna find it funny, because I doubt that joke now, man. I really doubt that joke. Yeah, so you see now,
the boss.
They don't want to see me shine. I don't know. I'm on TV. I mean, there's like, we have views here. How many views do we have? I mean, this guy wants to take my spotlight. Anyway, the gay joke was not bad, I was just talking about how my uncle came out of the closet, and everyone was shocked except for me. Because for me, like, the man was very suspicious, man. Like, he used to go to the mall in the morning and come back late. I mean, that's a sign right there. I mean, he would take pictures in the mall and come back, and he's showing us like, yo, look at these pants. They are so stylish. And then I look at them. Were really stylish. They were really stylish. So the wife found out that my uncle is actually dating Tabu. And she was shocked, because they've been friends for a long time. So the other day I walked into my uncle with Tab, and they were cuddling,
Right.
And I was like, this is not how I imagined gay relationships. I thought people were becoming gay because they don't want to deal with the cuddling and all of that, I felt like being gay is like you just drinking beer, you're watching TV. Like, you know what, man, let's go have sex. Am I allowed to talk about it? But anyway, that's just what I said. And gays were offended because they are affectionate people, and it's like I was discriminating, and that was not even the case. And that is true story. And on top of that, That was along those lines, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, man. We love it. We love it right
But
here.
now
on
I'm
the-
careful.
Yeah.
I'm very careful now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it speaks to your sensitivity, in the crowd on how do you guys manage that. But you answered it that you have to read the room, man. When you are there, you just have to look who's there and how do you actually set your craft and how do you deliver the craft to your people. But now we know that there are
Now
different.
just make fun of black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because everybody loves them.
So now we know that there are different comedians and there are a lot of comedians out there. So can you please tell us what sets you apart? What makes you unique from those comedians out there?
Well, from what I was told by one of the comedians that I always bump into, is actually quite big. I didn't speak to him, so I'm not gonna mention his name. He analyzed my comedy, and what he says about me is that when I start off and confusing people. People don't know where I'm going. But then I reach that level where everyone is in the same page.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just hits after hits after hits after hits.
Yeah.
So when I'm studying, you may think, what is this guy doing? Yeah. But that's what I like about it. Because, when someone looks at you and they underestimate you, when you start hitting them, they start seeing the real you and they really appreciate.
Yeah.
That's what I think, for me personally, that's my style.
Yeah.
I don't have there are comedians that do short jokes. So for me, I build up a story, then I hit you.
Yeah, definitely. You have that
And you
build
will never
up.
forget me. Yeah. That's my style.
So, Mr. Kevin, in sports, for instance, rugby, when we were playing a rugby World Cup, it united us.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us, Guti, what do you think is the role of a comedian in a society in a way that, how could a comedian bring the society together?
Being a comedian, in theory, you're allowed to say anything because it's a joke, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the world today, man, there's a lot of things that are happening. We have wars. We have Donald Trump sanctioning South Africa. Wanting his people, all those things. So as a comedian, what we do is we help you by making sure that you laugh through the pain. Because laughter is the best medicine. Like that's all we can do. You understand?
Yeah.
Bringing people together, and when you have different ethnicity group, it makes you give the people like that realization that we can all be one. We don't have to be separated.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about comedy. Comedy in South Africa is growing. We have different people, different ethnicity group. We are all doing comedy and we all love each other. And I think a lot of people can learn from comedians.
Yeah.
That's what
that's wonderful.
as much as there are fights, but we're always together. We're not looking at your race, we're not looking at your gender or whatever. We are one.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And we've got some comments right there on YouTube. Makgotso Pebane, good morning. Loving the show. Po, po, po. And then I have Hector Takalani has a question for you, Mr. Kevin. Are #comedy, has someone took your comedy personal to a point of being physical with you?
Valid.
You remember you started calling me Alex Malate because of that.
Yes.
What a simple example.
That.
I've performed in places and people would literally threaten me. I remember when I was studying last year, I performed in Soweto. And then I made a joke about Zulu guys. Hey, there was this Zulu guy who was not happy with me, bro. He came to me outside, and then luckily the host came to settle it. So that's why you need to I don't know, like some people go to comedy, but they don't understand the nature of comedy. You understand? And sometimes people can get well. It didn't get physical with me, but I was threatened. That they were like, sorry, yeah, like the last time, I promise, because because comedians don't fight. Our hands hold mics. That's all we hold. Fighting is not in us. You saw what happened to Chris Rock years ago. They couldn't fight because he doesn't fight. He's a comedian. You understand? So it does happen.
Interesting. Because you mentioned that laughter is the best medicine. I want us to get into serious issues right now because we know that a lot of comedians, man, they have issues with mental health. As much as you are someone who make people laugh, sometimes
like Ebenezer. You see what happened to Ebenezer.
So sometimes there's no one. There's no one to make you laugh, and now that thing keeps on draining you to a point that I keep on delivering, but nothing comes back to me. So can you please let us know, how do you deal with it? If laughter is the best medicine, what is your medicine?
For me, like laughter is still my medicine, but not when I'm laughing. When the people in front of me are laughing at my jokes. That for me is a healer, When you go to a comedy show feeling maybe depressed, or because usually as a comedian, people don't take you seriously, People tend to think that you are just someone who can take anything that comes, because we make jokes about everything. People make jokes about us. But when I'm on stage and I'm telling my jokes and people are laughing, I find that very healing to me, the laughter of people, So sometimes you'll be depressed. Most of the jokes when we write them, if like that humor, that's something that I write a lot about. People think it's just a joke, but most of the things that we write about are actually from our personal experience. That's how you deal with the pain. You take your pain and then you start making that pain into a joke. And then you share with people and they laugh and you are healing. You get used to it.
And what is your take, man? So on what happened to Ebenezer in terms of suicide, and because you're also in the same space, being a comedian, what is your take? What do you think, bothers most of the comedians to do such actions?
I think it's as a comedian, like I said, that people don't take you seriously. When you have problems, people think, he's strong. He's always laughing. That one is full of because Ebenezer is not the first one. There was there's this American comedian who did the same thing. I think it was in 2014. Robin Williams. I don't know if you know Robin Williams. The same thing happened with him because as a comedian, we go through a lot, and most of the time you have no one to talk to. When you talk to people, like Ebenezer used to say, "I'm not okay." I think you guys know that. He would say that, but because you're a comedian, people think you're just joking around. No one ever takes you seriously up until you reach that point where you get tired of life and you can actually give up. So I think what we need to do as comedians, what we are not doing is, most of the time when we're chilling as comedians, we talk about, we tell each other jokes, I think it's time that we have those sessions, where people really talk about how they feel and we're there to support each other. Because Ebenezer is just one example. There are a lot of people going through the same thing today, and there's no help. There's no help. No, and others don't want to. Because as a comedian, if you reveal your problems, the other comedians are gonna against you. They will roast you based on that. That's reality. So sometimes comedians don't open up because they don't want to seem vulnerable. Things like that.
Thank you for raising that, man, because I think it's an awareness that we need to raise, for people who are watching right now, to guys, comedians are people also. They have emotions, they go through things. It doesn't mean when I see you on the street, it's like, hey, Mr. Kevin, make me laugh right there.
It doesn't look like that. It's like doing the weather there. I can't see you on the street and say, hey, Baba, can you please tell me about the weather? You're not gonna say, ah no, Limpopo will be very hot tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. So that's the mistake people make,
Yeah. So
So let's
now,
have a conversation.
so now, as Kevin, I just want you to tell us, how do you find a distinction between now, saying we are in a serious situation, jokes aside, comedian aside, now it's a serious thing. How do you do that amongst your family or your friends? Just to set the tone to say, guys, yes, I know we joke a lot, but now it's a serious time. Let us focus.
Do you ever become serious though?
Yeah, most of the time I'm serious. And then when I see like I'm serious in a way that like if we're hanging out on a personal level, we start talking about things, we start talking about politics, we start talking about racism, we start talking about the reality of what is happening, and things can get tense. And then when they get tense, that's when we make the joke. So it's actually the other way around. We take it seriously, and then you throw in a joke there to calm the people. You understand? So it's not that we joke all the time and okay, now it's time to be serious. No, it's the other way around. You become serious, and then you throw in a joke. People will still pick up that okay, this guy is serious as much as he made that joke. You understand? So that's.
On a lighter note, Mr. Kevin, on a lighter note, if you were given a chance to have a dinner with one of the biggest comedians here in the country and also overseas, who are those comedians would you like to have a dinner with? Only one from here in the country and only one international.
Then one from overseas.
Yeah.
Okay, internationally, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. I think Dave Chappelle, I like the way he talks about real things that are happening in the world, He talks about the real stuff. So I admire that about him. He doesn't beat around the bushes to make people laugh. He still speaks his mind, and I admire that about him. And then locally, it's a lot, but I have to choose one, unfortunately.
Yeah. Only one, your biggest.
For me, I would go for Titi.
Yeah, Titi. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think Titi is one of the guys that like his jokes are like they're relatable, and he has a lot of twists, man. So just to understand his mind, how he thinks, because he's one of the guys that come up with jokes on the spot. I don't know if you've seen him hosting shows. He will ask you about your name. I remember this other time in Bioscope Sundays, he asked this guy his name. He said Roscoe. And then he's like, oh, like a dog. And then you're like, how do you think so fast, man? Like, how do you think so fast? For me, that would be the guy.
Yeah, nice, man. Nice. Yeah, so because we know that you guys are in the space and, you attend venues and perform at venues that are filled with people. Can you now give us clarity that in terms of being in the comedy industry, do you guys get paid well?
Oh, man, yeah.
That's a good question.
When answering that, I think you should think of your parents,
For me, most people do mics. When you're starting out, you have to do open mics, and that's free, And I've been doing that's where I started. And the guys that I was working with when I was doing open mic, I think it was the second month of me doing comedy. They called me up. They said they want to pay me. The pay was not that good, but it was not bad, for the fact that I was getting paid. That made me happy. And then as after that, they asked me to host the show. I host the whole show. They paid me better than the first time. But what I can say in comedy is comedy doesn't lie. If you are funny, you will get booked and you will get paid.
Yeah.
So obviously you're not gonna start by getting paid like 20K for 15 minutes. You're gonna start small.
Yeah.
But I think for me, comparing to having worked like full time at a company and working in comedy, I think in comedy, if you got your thing, you know, you move faster, you get paid well, much quicker than a job. You know, yeah, that's what I've noticed. You may start small, but if you keep doing your thing, within 1 year, you can be making good money.
Yeah, definitely. We have James Etola right there on YouTube. But big up Kevin, aka Masalo. And if you're watching right now,
man.
if you're watching right now and listening, and you're asking yourself who is Kevin Malate, right here we have a brief, history and background information about him. He is a comedian and entertainer with a lifelong passion for making people laugh. From an early age, his natural humor made him a standout, whether in school, at home, or amongst friends. Sometimes getting him into trouble, but often getting him out of it. In 2017, he began writing comedy seriously, collaborating on sketches and ghost writing for others while avoiding the spotlight himself. Though he explored music, his songs always carried a comedic twist, reinforcing his true calling. In early 2024, he took the stage for his first stand-up performance, and the experience was transformative, leading to rapid recognition and paid gigs. Since then, he has been performing regularly, hosting events like weddings or guest hosting comedy shows, and expanding his craft by blending comedy with music and bringing longer planned sketches to life. With a unique style and undeniable stage presence, Kevin continues to share his humor with audiences, proving that laughter has always been his greatest gift. Very interesting, man. Because I think for someone who is watching, while reading that, we see that you're a man of many caliber. You're also, a ghost writer. So can you please tell us more, man? Why ghost writing rather than you being on stage and giving those jokes?
Like for years, I was always afraid of the spotlight. That's why I even wanted to do cartoons, because I didn't want my face to be seen. I've always been afraid of the stage, But then I realized, as you grow up, you realize that, this life thing is not something that you must take too seriously. Just go there and do the thing. So the reason why I was not performing, I was just writing, is because I was afraid of the stage. That's the only reason. I was afraid of the stage. I didn't want to go there and perform. So I would rather maybe give a short note to someone and say, try this, and then they would take it to the stage, and it works, Up until one day I decided that, it's time I do it. And then, that's
there you are.
That was last year. That was early last year, and I had been writing for years. I've been writing for years, but
I just gotta give a shout out, Mr. Kevin, that you remind me of one comedian that made me love comedy. Do you know DJ Njandin? I don't know his real name, but I know he's DJ Njandin.
No. Where is he from? I haven't met him.
He's from Venda.
DJ Njandin. Oh yeah. I know the guy.
I gotta give a shit. You remind me of that guy. Yeah, DJ Njandin. Yeah.
No, that's an honor, dog. I've seen him, but it's been long since I've seen him. I don't know.
He's been out of the space for quite some time now.
Yeah. I wonder where he is.
Yeah,
now.
it makes sense.
But I'm sure he's doing his thing. People are growing, man. People. There are comedians that are not well known, but they're actually big. They go overseas. There's a guy named Promed. He's a comedian. He does this comedian song. He was in Amsterdam just not long ago. I think it was late last year. So comedy is big in South Africa. It's just that it's not as exposed as it should be.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, man. It really makes sense because, DJ Njandin, and you know him. And now it speaks to the music that you were doing. So take us, through you doing music. How did that come about, man?
Well, I've always tried things, man. I've always tried things, especially when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
So I started writing songs, and people would laugh at my songs, and they would have the same reaction. At first, they're like, what is this? And then along the way, they're like, "Oh, okay, that's actually funny." And then in the end, they're like, "Okay, that's actually a good song." But most of them I have not released because they still find them offensive. There's this one that I wrote called "Dudla Mafehlefehle." People at first people thought, this song is offensive. But then as they listen to it, they're like, "This is actually a nice song," because for the fact that I said "Dudla Mafehlefehle," people think that I'm offending someone, but the message is actually nice. But the song is not yet released. I'm still working on something to release that song. I don't want to release it as just one song. I want to release like a small project I'm working on with some other comedians.
Yeah.
Like Olti, I'm working with Zipo, I'm working with Fidel. So yeah, we're building something. Something is coming. Something is coming.
Definitely. We can't wait for that. So now as a comedian, man, we know that sometimes, man, you need to stay inspired. Sometimes you need to get motivated. Sometimes you get on stage, people are not laughing. You're like, you know what? I'm leaving this thing. So how do you stay motivated and keep inspired by the work that you do so that you cannot give up?
Well, you are right. Sometimes you go on stage and people are just not laughing. So to be inspired is sometimes you have to go back to your previous performances and realize that maybe it's the audience. Maybe I was just not connecting with this specific audience. But then let me try it again, because you can do a joke in Soweto and it works very well, and then you go to Randburg, it doesn't work.
The
vice
environment.
versa. Yeah, so you need to understand the environment, because if you're gonna take your career and judge it based on that one performance, then you're not gonna survive. If you bomb, you go back to stage. That's what I do. If I bomb, I go back to stage and redeem myself. So you just have to keep doing it and understand that this is part of the journey. Bombing is part of the journey. It happens to everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Mr. Kevin. Because we see you, man, you're a busy man and we don't have time. But before we let you go, I just want you to also include in the giveaway that we're doing. I don't know if you're familiar with the Rain Show, man. Are you familiar with the Rain Show?
No. You can brief me on that.
Yeah, all right. For people who are watching right now, you know that we are running a competition to win a ticket to the Rain Show. And those tickets include you bringing your family to the Rain Show. It's 2 adults and 2 kids under the age of 12. So we are running a competition and we have riddles that we want you guys to answer. So also, Kevin, you stand a chance to win a ticket, right here. And your audience that just joined you right here. So with me, I have a riddle right here with me. So I'm going to go through the riddle and it's based on the Rain Show. So whoever is watching right now and listening, just make sure that you give your answer. If you want to give your answer using your voice note, I am going to give you a number right now. The number is 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. Without wasting any time, there is the riddle. So the riddle is about the ultimate bounce on the Rain Show. So if you go to the Rain Show, website, you're going to see the ultimate bounce. So the riddle reads as follows: I am as large as a soccer field. They say, filled with air where kids can play, jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is high. What am I? Let me repeat the riddle again for someone who is watching and listening. I am as large as a soccer field, they say, filled with air where kids can play, jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is high. What am I? Give me your answer using the hashtag. Give me your answer using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show right there on the comment section. And you can use a voice note 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. And Kevin, you also stand a chance to go to the Rain Show. What do you think the answer is?
A jumping castle. That's what came to my mind.
Well,
Yeah.
jumping castle is incorrect because the
Yeah,
clue.
huh?
No.
Kevin.
Jumping castle is incorrect. So obviously based on Renshow on their website, the clue, and if you want to get the answer correct, you can go on their website and you can also visit their page on Facebook. When you scroll down, you're going to see the answer right there. So I'm giving everyone maybe 15 minutes to do that and come back with the correct answer. I see right there on YouTube, I haven't got the answers, but if you want to give me your answer using a voice note, 0604933226, the competition still stands. I can't wait for your answers. Now, getting back to the conversation, because now time is not on our side and we have to let you go. Can you please tell us more about what you are planning on your journey as a comedian, man?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the moment, what we're working on is we want to make sketches, because sketches to us, we were sitting with the other comedians and we realized, what, sketches is like doing stand-up, but from home, you know what I mean? So that's what we're
Oh, I think the network cut us off right there, but we're still working on getting him back. So yeah, what we can do right now is just to wait a little bit till we get Kevin back, because he was speaking and we were asking him what is next for him as a comedian and what is he planning, right? So our technicals are working on getting Kevin back right on line. So definitely a very good journey that he has, been sharing with us on being a comedian. And once again, if you have just joined and you are asking yourself, who is Kevin Malate? Oh, there we go. I think we have him back. Mr. Kevin, can you hear us?
Where were we? Yeah.
Yeah, we were speaking about what's next for you, and then what are you planning, man, on your journey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to try and put in on online,
Yeah.
That's what we're working on right now with other comedians. It's not just me. So it's gonna be a banger, man. It's gonna be a banger. I think we'll have the first episode by the end of April.
Yeah.
We'll be having the first episode out. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
check it out when it comes out.
Yeah, man. Definitely looking forward for that. And then we're going to be communicating with you, man. Just giving us an update, what you have and what is happening around there at the block. So obviously, because, there are young aspiring comedians who want to come up into the game and be like you, man. What advice do you have for them?
Do it.
And don't stay in the closet.
That's the advice I would give.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, because the thing is, that's the mistake I've made. I think by now I would be like maybe the biggest comedian in South Africa if I started doing this when I started writing comedy. But I was delayed. I started very late. So do it now. Don't overthink it. Find yourself an open mic spot.
Yeah.
Talk to the host. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
And then
just do it.
And then also to top it off, man, in terms of the challenges that you have learned, what advice would you give those aspiring comedians who want to become like you? Like the challenges that you have faced, what can they do to prevent the same challenges that you went through and how they can deal with them?
Well, like one of the things that I've seen is comedians not getting booked,
Yeah.
You do your thing, but you don't get booked. So I would say try to to make friends with the other comedians that are already in. Comedians are very nice people, man. People grow very fast. When they see that you're good, they will put you in a show. Maybe they will make you open for them or something. But just show up. Always make sure that you show up to open mics. Don't only show up when you're performing. Even when you're not performing, show up. People will see that, okay, this guy loves comedy, and you will get booked.
Yeah.
That's what you show up. Show up.
Yeah,
You know, always
definitely.
show up.
Thank you so much, man, for those wise and profound words. And if you're listening and you know someone who might be an aspiring comedian, this is the interview and the conversation that they need to listen to. So if people want to find you, man, and book you, man, how do they find you on the social media platforms, man?
You know, I've been living under a rock for a long time. I didn't even have social media. It has always been me doing my thing, giving to people. So I started my Instagram account last year. If you can check, I have like 100 and something followers. But you know,
Grow,
on Instagram, yeah. But if you can check, most of those people, like maybe more than 90%, are comedians, and you know. So yeah, it's at Kev Malate on Instagram, and then on TikTok it's at Kevin Wakamalate. And by the way, not Alex, just yeah. So that's it. It's Kev Malate and Kevin Malate. So for now, I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, I don't wanna like. I haven't been active on Facebook. Still keep it personal on Facebook, you know. But then as soon as our show is ready, then we're gonna have it on all platforms.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Kevin Malate, thank you so much, man, for taking your time and joining us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. And we can't wait to have you again.
Yeah, hopefully next time it will be in person, you know.
Yeah, man. We want you right here in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our comedian Kevin Malate right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So right now, as promised, we are going to take a break, and then when we come back, we are going to know about the whereabouts of our second comedian who is going to be joining us online. But now, okay, they say she is online. Is it she, ne? She is online. But yes, the competition still stands, guys. You stand a chance to win a ticket to the rain show. We've got 2 tickets for people on YouTube. We've got 1 ticket for people on Facebook. Remember, the ticket allows you to take 2 adults. It's you and another adult and 2 kids under the age of 12 at the rain show. So, for you to win the ticket, you need to give the correct answer to the riddle that we are giving you right now that I'm going to read. And also you can use our number to call us. If you want to be quick and give us the answer, the number to call or send your voice note at 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number that you need to call and send your voice note. Yes, sir. You've been watching and you're waiting for the riddle. I've read the riddle and I've seen some of the people have answered the riddle. So, for some of the people who just joined in, there is the riddle. The answer, you can get it when you go and visit the Rain Show website. That's the clue. You know, you can go and find it right there and come back and tell me what is the answer, right? So, the theme of the riddle is the ultimate bounds. The riddle is as follows. I am as large as a soccer field, they say. Filled with air where kids can play. Jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is nigh. What am I? Damn. Let me repeat that for you again. I am as large as a soccer field, they say, filled with air where kids can play, jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is nigh. What am I? If you're thinking of Jumping Castle, it's wrong. It's based on the Rain Show.
Don't be Kevin.
Don't be Kevin and say Jumping Castle. Right. Right. Let me know what's your answer using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Comment down below right now. Right now, tell me what is the answer so that you can stand and win a ticket to the Rand show. Definitely still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now, we're going to take a short break because our next comedian is on the line. Mrs. Nukumu Swete. She is a comedian. Of course, we want to know more about her journey of becoming a comedian and, where she is right now. Okay, I'm seeing some of the comments and voice note coming in. Let them come, because after the break, we are going to reveal what is the correct answer. And if you got it right, though, if we have 3 people who've got the answer correct, we are revealing the winners and we're revealing the answer, right? Stay tuned. Do not move. Do not go anywhere because after the break, definitely we're doing things that need to be done. So let us take a short break. When we come back, we get on top of it, man.
My name is Musi Mist.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day. Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Mist.
My name is Ketumguni.
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
All right, 17 minutes past 9. It is the time you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic starter to the day, located in the heart of Johannesburg. So Soweto is Dobsonville. That is where we are actually streaming live and broadcasting live in the Blinko studio. Yes, I can see the answers are coming in. I've got voice notes right there on my WhatsApp line. And yes, we were just having Mr. Kevin Malate. Kevin Malate, a comedian. We just had a conversation. That is the interview we just had with him before we went to the break. So I see, man, we've got Tlangelani Maluleke. A great show. Big up, Kevin. AKA Lol T. Are here for Kevin. Big homie. Nice show. Have Usisi Sizamina Zulu. Keep them smiling, Kevin. And then Queen Ramoswewu has the answer that I'm going to read out loud. Right? So right now, my producers, they're giving me, they're saying, okay, is it the correct answer? It's the correct answer. Okay. Just got, a confirmation that Queen Ramoswewu just gave the answer to the riddle that we've just read. Right? So we can have 2 winners. If I reveal the answer right now, of course, when I say maybe Queen is right, whether she's wrong, obviously you're going to know the answer and you're going to say, hey, yeah, me too, I say that answer. But if I get 2 more people or 3 more people answering this riddle, you're going to win tickets. Queen, just stay there because, hey, Uyashisa. You are warm. You are getting there, Miss Queen. You are getting there, Miss Queen. But now, before we get into an interview, because Miss Noko is waiting for us, let me listen to the voice note that was sent by Mr. TK.
For the rain show, I think it's Crazy Lou or something like that. Yeah, Crazy Lou.
Crazy Lou, Mr. TK, is your final answer. Just to give you another opportunity, your answer is incorrect. Let's go again, Mr. TK. Let's go again, Mr. TK. Let's try. So the riddle, it reads as follow once again. The theme is the ultimate bounce at the Rain Show. Rain Show, Nazareth Expo, Naturena. It's at the Rain Show. The riddle reads as follows. I am as large as a soccer field, they say. Filled with air, where kids can play. Jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable joy is nigh. What am I? Give me your answers right now. Based on the Rain Show. And I am writing off Jumping Castle, Bantabadala. Jumping Castle is incorrect. You can't say Jumping Castle, man. Right? So still waiting for your answer right there. And when those answers keep on coming, you're going to win tickets to the Rain Show. Can't wait. So right now it's 21 minutes past 9. And I hear Mrs. Noko is on the line. I don't know if she can hear us. Miss Noko, a very good morning. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. How are you doing this morning? Can you hear me, Miss Noko? I think she's talking, but can you please unmute your mic if maybe it's muted? Queen Arngishisa Litra. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Okay, you know what I need to do?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Very technology is new things happening. So I'm wearing my headphones. I'm listening to the live on Facebook, and then I'm like, and the live is like
yes,
a bit
it's
behind.
delayed.
But I'm fine now, right?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, and people on our audience on YouTube, they can hear you, and also on Facebook, they can hear you. Once again, good morning to you. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. How are you doing this morning?
Hi guys, thank you for having me here. I am doing wonderfully. Yeah, I'm bearing. The economy is doing wonderfully.
we are cruising.
Okay. We've just arrived.
It's nice. Everything is hunky-dory.
Thank you so much for taking your time and joining us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And we can't just wait to get in the conversation because now we've got people on YouTube watching and listening. So whoever is watching right now, Miss Nokumo Swete, who is a comedian, just joined in online call. So what you need to do if you want to ask your question, you can use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show to post your comments, whether on YouTube or Facebook. And if you want to also send a voice note, the number to do that is 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number to send your voice note. So now getting into conversation, my good ma'am, can you please, for someone who is watching and listening right now, can you please take them through who is Nokumo Swete and what does she do?
Okay, Nokumo Swete, Yimi.
That is by far the most shortest and sweetest intro ever.
I know.
Okay, let me be serious now. So Nokumo Swete is Limpopo-born artist. So I don't want to box myself and say I'm a comedian because I am more than just a comedian.
Yeah.
So I'm an artist, born and bred in Limpopo, and I'm also a graduate. I went to school. I graduated. I'm a linguist.
Yeah.
So, and I also have projects. I'm a humanitarian. I have a foundation, and through my foundation, I teach people, children and young people who don't have anything to do, drama. So I write stage plays. So I'm actually a producer, director. Yeah. And then I also have a company, Bohabo Beauty Product. So through my company, we manufacture cosmetics and we also extract oils using African indigenous raw material. So we specialize in African indigenous fruits, herbs, nuts, and plants. And then what else do I do? I'm also a writer. I'm a professional writer. I write for TV, and then I write jokes. I'm a stand-up comedian sometimes. And what else? I have a lot of things that I'm doing with my life. I'm always waiting.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm a mother. I'm a mother. I think I'm blessed to have a mother who is helping me to mother, because now my mothering skills, I don't know how to navigate. Sometimes so I don't know how to. I will get it right as time goes, because when I do homework, so I find it difficult to help them with homework. The other when I like English, but the sentence, and then about pulling and pushing.
Yes.
So, okay, right, Uri, my father promised my mother that he will pull out. And later, my mother pushed me out.
Wow.
I'm bad.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. Because, for someone who is watching, they might be asking themselves, but for some of us, man, we've seen you on big screens, on our televisions, and we actually loved what you have done for us, growing up and watching you on our national TV, and, to having a conversation with you here, man, it's a very, very huge honor. But we know that for some of the people...
Growing up watching me on TV.
How old are you, Mo?
I'm worried. Like the people who grew up watching me. It's at that time, get to face.
There are still footages of you.
So I'm that old.
Well, let me not reveal my age, but that's what I can say, Hore. You know what? We watched you and we enjoyed the craft that you have given us, right? For someone maybe who's watching right now on YouTube and Facebook, maybe in terms of your background, they don't know much. So can you please tell us about, you growing up? How was it, growing up and becoming the person that you are today?
The comedian.
So I think... people who went to school with me, some of them were shocked when they found that I'm a comedian, because I have two personalities. Okay, I have multiple, but then when I don't know you, when I'm not familiar with an environment, I'm very shy.
Yeah.
But then the minute I start getting acquainted, then the comedian in me gets out. So I grew up in boarding schools, and every time there was trouble in the hostel at night, people laughing in a corner. Until obviously no go na muri. Kuri bile na sa tobila sa butisha ke mama barasa na no go. When I was how la rasa. So I started telling stories, funny stories when I was young. And then I fell in love with comedy also in that era. When I was young, I get Linelma 2000. I was
Yeah.
So we only watch TV, get timetable, because very generator. So I love. So I was addicted to the nanny, and I would picture myself as an adult acting in a sitcom. So that's what I thought I would be actually when I was young. I thought, this is nice. I wanna act, making people laugh. I wanna act in a story that makes people laugh. And then later I discovered what there is stand-up comedy. And the difference between stand-up comedy and a sitcom is that in a sitcom, you don't have the freedom of expression as much as you do in a stand-up comedy. Because in a sitcom, you have to do what the director, the lines say you must say. But in stand-up comedy, you can go there and tell your story with no limitations. And it made me love comedy more, because it gave me the freedom to just go crazy as much as I want. So my background, my parents were teachers. I don't have a sob story. I don't want to lie. I don't have growing up suffering story. In fact, my father is the reason why I am fed like this because they fed us. Their love language was food. Their love language was food. So narugote re ja gore area skolong ne ba sa reke di juice ne ba re fa spray. So instead of juice no tshwara matsi. Mamthara makala re le kaka. So yeah, that's all. And then I have 4 siblings, and my parents are still alive. They are pensioners, and I have 2 children. I don't have a cat. What other thing? Background. And I'm a village girl from the villages.
Very nice, very nice, very nice to hear that. And also, I mean, we know that sometimes the things that we become when we grow up, we draw inspiration from someone. So I just want to ask you right now, in terms of you becoming a comedian, what inspired you to become a comedian?
I became a comedian by heartbreak. Heartbreak led me to comedy. So I was still at varsity. Okay, so I went to varsity after matric, and then lefasi la ntsena bana besho. I agree wa tseba gore go thoma fika Pitori, you are from the villages, and then ugra freedom. So you were in boarding schools, and then now you are living in a flat. There is no auntie. There is no one who will tell you what time to come back, and then they send you money, and then you box that money that weekend. So it was wild. So those were the wildest days of my life. And then I quit school, and then I went to look for jobs. I give it the retail, guys. I worked in retail stores. Give it a furniture store. So and then I went back to university to finish my qualification when I was 25. And then I was seeing this guy, and then he broke my heart so bad. To me, I gotta know, my friend. I bought tickets to a comedy show. Let's go. And I didn't even want to go. I don't know, let's go. So when I got there, and then those people got on stage. Karino, man, this is my thing. Like this is my thing. And then because Mexico is about the celebrity, I get a radio station. At TUT. So the attitude, the celebrity, the celebrity, but so I waited for some guy to introduce himself. Then we put a Limpopo, get details, and then give it. And then this guy, Bargitabani ER, mentioned that he's from Mule, Chigara, homeboy. I want a celebrity Mule, and Hanejang, Honagari. I want to Mule, but Hanejana, I'm a bidway. And then come contact. And then he introduced me to a group of comedians, Badri rehearsals, first days, Barki Comedy Society, and then the rest is history. The next thing King Spire Rama 2000 Modi TV, imagine.
Yeah, because what we can tell you right now, Gora, from drawing that inspiration, oh man, your story is so inspiring to us, man. From heartbreak to becoming a comedian to where you are. Yeah. Your friend was like, you know what, no, go, hey, Aratamai, man, there's comedy right there, it's a halang that side. And then when you get there, that's where you found, or no, man, this is the space that, I wanted to be at, man. Yeah. So definitely with the...
What's Tom Boraking? Kuri, that guy, I'm breaking him. After my tokofala, so on Robert Chaba, no successful. I couldn't moncha. Why did you run? Why did you run? Murife, don't run.
Murife, don't run.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Wow. Yeah, that is so, it's a twist, man. In the story, there's a plot and a twist. Definitely, this is a twist that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
So yes, you got to where you are. But now, can you please let us know, Hore, where was your first gig when you started Buale this guy, and then now you're going into stage Obatla introduce you as this person and known as a comedian?
Yo guys, Peter Mashada, ne? Peter Mashada, the late. May God bless his soul. Like that guy, Guri, he's the first guy who put me on stage. Normally, Cafe del Cruze. Before it became Ayepie, Nelly Cafe del Cruze, and then normally the comedy shows that were hosted by Peter every Thursday. In fact, before he even booked me, he's the first person to put me in a newspaper, Sunday World. I don't phone no on the professional pictures, get a professional picture ke jwang wena. I don't know. Ba studio o khathe dinepe no so on rumele. But ba Sunday World ke ba buditse ka wena, ba tlo bulela ka wena in the newspaper. And then I did that. And then the next thing, he asked me if I'm available for a booking. And then I like, what? You're going to pay me? And that time I was still a teacher. After graduating, I got a job as a lecturer at FET College, one of the FET colleges in town, in Pretoria. So I was still a teacher at that time. And then I was like, hey, man, so teacher, so that was the first gig, and I will never forget it because it was horrible.
Horrible. Take us through that moment, because now it's your first time and you're getting paid on your first gig. What? A lot of comedians, they don't get that privilege. Yeah. So now you're saying it's horrible. How horrible was it?
Like, I get it, this thing is like, my mom could be listening, but anyway, I have 2 kids. She knows that I didn't get them from the sky. So this thing is like breaking your virginity. So the first day, okay, are dropping this one. Are dropping.
No, you can't.
No, you can't, because no, we're very interested. We're waiting for that punchline. Remember stories as
okay, I get or like the first day, you don't know what to expect, but you want to go there. I'll say Mara rena kuntia. Hey guys, fine. Yeah, so it's like that. The first card is the deepest. Like the first day, you don't know the techniques, you don't know okay, if you have awkward silence, and then if you the joke is and then the next thing you find yourself over explaining things on stage, and then people get bored more. But now when I look at it, I'm like, okay, so it was a great attempt, because from that video, I still have it even today, though I will never share it. If I share it, I will have to sell it with a lot of money, because wow, embarrassing. So, but then I was able to say, well, okay, fine. So I don't need to make my jokes so long. Like if a joke is not landing, drop it as fast as you can. Just like a relationship, huh? If it's not working, don't pray for it to work. Don't go to go. Don't drop it. Move on. Drop it, because
Yo, interesting, man, to hear that, horror. Some of the inspiration, and obviously your first time being on stage, and obviously shout out to Peter, man, because a lot of comedians that we had here, they've never told us, my first gig, I was paid, but. It shows, with the person that you are today. Because, yes, in terms of asking, you are not an upcoming. So let me just get, someone who is listening right now of the things that you have done. So, Miss Noko Moswete, guys, if you do not know her, definitely she has performed in most comedy clubs and theaters around the country and has shared the stage with the most comedy giant. One of her biggest highlights was being handpicked by Trevor Noah to be a part of his show Nation Wild, which was recorded for Mnet at Gold Reef City April 2018, performing on the MSC International Cruise in 2022. She had her first acting role in Mzansi Magic's The Mayor, and she has also appeared on About Chomi, Johannesburg International Comedy Festival, Upetina Wetu, Leshambole Basebenzi, Mzansi Bioscope on SABC's Bantu to honor Bantu Hour, where she acts comedy skits, not forgetting being a guest on SABC1, hashtag Throwback Thursday, hashtag Karatis, hashtag Point of Order. Having started comedy in 2014, Nuku has already been nominated for the Savannah Comic Choice Award twice. First, as the best newcomer, meaning she was one of the top 5 new comedians in the country, as voted by other comedians in 2015, and secondly, under the intermediate category, which simply means that she has been to keep her comedy career afloat and also ventured into other fields through comedy. November 2016, Ms. Nukumu Swete joined M&M's Pictures as freelancer script writer. Within a few weeks, Nuku appeared on Asupol TV advert, which she wrote. It was such a hit that the audience wanted more. As a writer, Nuku also proved her abilities when she wrote an all-female cast comedy play, Single, Divorced, and Never Married, which she got attention of SABC so much that after its opening night, it literally made the news. Nuku also co-wrote the second season of the hilarious courtroom TV show Judge Kambule in 2018 on Moja Lava channel. In 2018, a group of American film students approached Nuku to be part of their documentary In Stitches, which was focused on vernacular comedy and general language dynamics in South Africa comedy, The American. In 2019, Nuku Muswete recorded her TV special One Night with the Queen for Mnet TV channel. As her audience grows, Nuku always tries to find new ways to keep her fans in stitches. She has a YouTube channel, Nuku Muswete Comedy. Come on! As Rechilo Ronazma 2000, it's an honor to have you here. It's an honor to have you.
Inspirama 2000.
The one who got obituary. Like I need to add more to my profile. But what about living in Yaga? Good like it. I valid the whole day. But am I? Would be rapping where only the few people. The rest of Bangal. That's why I work so hard.
Wow. Wow, that's why we love you, Miss Dogo. That's why we love you. But with so much you have done, can you please take us, through the challenges that you have went through, man, in comedy as a comedian?
Yeah, especially Mamnuk as a female comedian, because we know with you hona le banna ba tshwana le rona ba Mazulu ba re nna nka se thegisi ke musadi wa bo.
Yeah, the challenges, man. Okay, fine. First of all, I just want to put it out there to the young people who aspire to be comedians. Now, take it from a sister, or no, from a mother. I love you guys. I don't want to see you suffer. The first thing that I will advise you to do is just to go to school, get an education, and then through that education, you will see that your talent will be sharpened. So I still say, even today, if my qualification at UT as a language practitioner, my career wouldn't have taken the route that it took. Because through the qualification, I was able to land. He talked about me joining an ad agency that was writing for Asopol adverts. And I had the pleasure of even writing for Brahuma Sekela, and we even did an advert together. Because I said, the lady called me and said, Nuku, people are complaining that our adverts are boring. People are complaining that our adverts are boring. And I saw you on Facebook saying that you're a language practitioner and you're a comedian. Gary, yes, I am. I don't know, please come and join my agency and tell me what to do. Gary, first of all, the funeral adverts are boring and they are depressing because we know we are going to die. So you must not rub it in our faces. Make them fun. Make them funny. And then we took the angle of, I broke. One of the things that God gave me, the strength, is to break protocols. Where I get to, any space that I get to, I break the monotony. Even now in comedy, I perform with a band because I'm extra like that. So go to school, because the challenges that were supposed to take me out, they couldn't because they found me having other things. The first challenge that artists go through is financial. You don't get bookings. You don't get gigs. So don't tell yourself when you're a comedian and then therefore you will wait for calls to perform. And then if you don't get calls, you will remain in that comedy corner. And then never like nothing like a chaba. You can see I don't do hunger. Food is my love language. So go to school. And then the other challenge is that why do we get gigs in August only? Toka August, everyone. Hey, no, available. Yeah, women's what come Morocco. Hey, no, so guys, what about June? What about May? What about April? Am I not funny? I'm only relevant. So let's not approach this thing politically, man. So just because of Khwediki Abasadi, yeah, Viva Mbogodo. Eh, relapisho go bedi Mbogodo, nakpala tele, na booking anytime, any day. And then this thing, when you want to introduce a female comedian on stage, you first have to emphasize, no, the next comedian is a female. Why the next comedian is a male? Hey, but when it's me, they emphasize it. It's like they're preparing the audience for me. Maybe what PMS, hey. These people have eyes, they will see me.
Yo, man, definitely, man. I mean, thank you for sharing that because, when it comes to challenges, a lot of people, it's things that they fail to prevent. Wabo. And now when you share these kind of things, to someone who wants to be a comedian, definitely they will be taking that into note because now, this comedian industry, it's definitely not for everyone. Just because kids are the joke Google Facebook, it doesn't mean I have to stand in front of a crowd. Yeah. So there's differentiation between that. Okay?
Kibarata kudu. Wabana stand-up comedy, ne? Stand-up comedy, that uncle, wailuring like a batureva mulivele, chibabana karke bari, cause maybe upilatari, lwe, maragaga betakampa maywan. Aka ubetha kampa meyiwani utlo feel or ya mutho akathona mo papel. We don't have a problem, Rina, in the stand-up comedy fraternity with welcoming new talent. We love it. But I love it when they come because I get it, they were trending on social media. 100,000 shares, 2 million views. But then when it comes to stand-up comedy, and the audience is looking at you and they want you to make them laugh. Remember, this is not social media. This is real life. And the response is instant. So the response is instant. When you get there and then you do the things that you were doing on your phone, no, it doesn't work. Or it doesn't fly. The third one, it's not going to fly. The fourth one, give up.
Yeah, definitely they had that. And Vele, it's something that needs to be, just the awareness to be out there. Or this thing is not a joke, man. You need some creative processes to go through it. And when you get in stage, you need to prepare. Just because the audience is always on the phone, but now you're getting audience right there on the venue and they're watching you. So in terms of Mo Oleng right now, yes, you've shared your challenges. What would you say is, but okay, how did you navigate, being on the newspapers, being on the media, being approached by people asking so many questions? How did you navigate that so that it doesn't get into you and leave everything and then start something else? How did you navigate until to where you are now?
I think by naturally, I'm a shy person. Like contrary to popular belief, I'm very shy, and I'm humble. So for everything to not get into my head and for me to remain level-headed, every night when I get to bed and then I speak with my creator, I'm always reminded that everything that I have is not because I'm special. It is not because I am like, it is simply because I was just lucky. It's a blessing and I need to share it with other people. And I must never think, even at one point, that I'm better than anyone. So I must always remain grounded and humble. That's I don't know if I answered the question.
Yeah, definitely. You have answered my question clear. And for someone who is watching right now, definitely they have got that, that insight. So I just want you to take me through in terms of, how do you think the comedy industry has changed over the years? And, what advice would you give to comedians just starting out?
Yeah, I think the comedy, when I started, we used to be so united. We used to love each other. And then I think maybe it's something that has to do with COVID that made us, and it's not just comedy. I think it's just the whole art platform where some anxiety nyana, and then some desperation nyana, where people don't even want to share anymore. Like everyone, we want to take it all for ourselves. And then when I leave it cliques, there's a lot. So if you want to enter into the comedy space, first of all, don't fall into cliques. Don't be your own person. Have your own mind. So don't let someone be the god of you. Don't let someone dictate to you who you must love, who you must book, who you must react to. And sometimes you can even tell how. We used to be friends in Nalwena. We used to talk. And then suddenly, sepelela kgole le nna. Ebile le ka di birthday, wishetsa happy birthday ka inboxing. O thaba le hore batho ba o bone hore happy birthday in public. Because don't fall into this kind of things. Because but brainwashing is bad. They won't tell you the reason why they say that Nukumuswete is bad. Maybe this person owes me money. Another thing, I don't play when it comes to money. I don't play those games. I have 2 kids. If you owe me my money, I will be on your neck. So a lot of people, they won't tell you, no, Nukumuswete was on my neck because Begimugolod. But no, she's difficult to work with. Without telling you why do they say she's difficult to work with. So before you can decide to hate on someone, to distance yourself from someone, ask yourself, what is this person not telling me? And then discover for yourself. Rather experience and then you decide, no, she's a bitch. But don't be that person who, let's do it for, the game is bigger than us. Let's do it for the game. So if someone is talented, but you don't like them, book them for the sake of comedy. For the sake of the ads. Because the audience must not say, I the comedy show, where now Hano Bukabat because about dinner. Have your own mind.
Another question, Mamnuk, on a lighter note, Tuguti. We know comedians are like therapists. They take care of us. They make sure that we feel comfortable and all that. Now, coming to you, how do you prioritize your mental health to know, Guti, I'm comfortable, you know what, I'm okay mentally. We know what happens to Ebenezer. How do you take care of your mental health? How do you deal with your stresses when as a comedian?
So, the problem that we make as people, but I think it's the way we are taught when we are young, to always put other people first, to always prioritize other people. Even you can take even in the family setup, the most expensive dishes to keep a toiloring, passerby, like motoiloring, regular cold drink, and then the most expensive plates. So this thing, I decided to cancel it. So I come first. I come first. So if ever in any situation someone has to be disappointed, it can't be me. It cannot be me. So whether it's time, if only desperate something and then legacy shop, I will put myself first. I give Ubuntu to that extent. Ubuntu starts with me. So I prioritize because people don't care. They will take and take and take until you are left with nothing and then you kill yourself.
That's very true. So, so right now, if I'm correct, on the 12th of April, it's when we'll be having the Savannah Comedic Awards. So, what are you looking forward to this year? And as comedy as a whole, do you think it is now much more open to accepting female comedians compared to back then? Because now we see like they're slowly coming up. But do you think that the rise in female comedians is enough, or you feel like it needs more development?
Okay, fine. I hope I won't get hated for saying this, but I have made a conscious decision to stay away from competitions, talent competitions, and awards ceremonies, because I was honest with myself at some point. When I got nominated, the second nomination, the intermediate, I was the only female. I think even with the first nomination, I was the only female. And then the second one, I was the only female. And then, yeah, Winaki Ebenezer. I remember telling him that, you know what, as long as he win Lekwena, then it's fine, I'm cool. But then I realized, oh, no, man. I give a lot of my energy into these things. Touch on my studio. So, like, I think you have to know yourself. You have to know your weaknesses. You must master your weaknesses as a person. So if you know when you are a sore loser, or what you can share, Oscar side cheek, I get what when you jealous of and then baby mama when now allows her of petrol the whole night. So stay away from the things that you know can potentially harm your peace of mind. So then I looked at it and I looked at the way I feel. And then I looked at the whole thing from an aerial point of view, and I decided, okay, I'm not going to participate in these things anymore. But I don't have a problem with people. And then the winners, I wish them all the best. Saturday, I'm not sure if I will be able to attend because now I'm always working. My soap company is keeping me busy. I'm always on deadlines. Now I'm writing a book for a client. So like I'm always working. That's the thing about me. So, but if I get a chance, I will go. But I don't participate in talent shows, in competitions and awards.
Okay, so Ma, this is based on your business side of things, right? Based on your skincare brand. So ne ke batla itse gore ga motho ga ile gore batlo nna masebutsana wa brand ya go. Ke eng criteria sentle tsamaelanang ka yone?
No, just love the brand. Love the brand. I have given my product to a lot of people. By Lauren Bile, they never even said anything. Not even to say, lotion ya nothing. They just kept quiet. So I'm always looking for people who will just want to see this brand go on. Because for me, this brand is not just something that gives me money. Through this brand, I give a lot of families bread on their table. Because there are people who work. I call them the first line of production. There are people who harvest. We use plants that are found in the forest. So there are people who harvest. We sell marula nuts and we extract marula oil. There are people who process those things. So they rely on me. So if my company grows, they will obviously grow and I will be able to hire more people. The unemployment rate in this country is shocking. Like it affects me. I get affected when I see young people roaming the streets, like these people are supposed to be working. They're supposed to be doing something to benefit the economy of the country, but here they are, not doing anything. So that's my bid, to help the government create employment. So anyone who says, I want to work with you, you are more than welcome.
Definitely. We love hearing that, Miss Noko. Thank you so much, man. Lastly, just to add on what you just said with your businesses, for someone who is just listening and watching and you didn't get to hear that, let me brief you on that. So Noko Mosweta is not only a funny bone, she's also an entrepreneur. She has recently opened her own natural skincare range, Bohabo Beauty Product, which deals mainly with natural and holistic skincare, treatments and household cleaning products, which she manufactures herself, and the Native Pot, which is a traditional food kitchen. Apart from comedy and entrepreneurship, Noko is a herbalist and a trained life coach. Her passion lies in goal attainment and modifying ancient healing methods. Noko is also a humanitarian. She has a foundation named Noko Moswete Foundation, which focuses on school and hospital outreaches, where she gives gifts of motivational speech and products from her company Bohabo Beauty Products. She also cooks for homeless people, and through her foundation she managed to produce and write a musical stage play called Revenge of the Lord, which will go on tour from March, which was last year. It went on tour last year on March 2024 in a bid to help talented youth from around Limpopo to discover their talent and also fight poverty. Miss Noko, because we don't have much time with you here, and we would love, to be with you, and I don't know until 11 to 12 o'clock, but time. Yes, the time is not on our side, and definitely we would love to have you, on some other time, just to tell us more about your journey as an entrepreneur again, right here in the Vooka Breakfast Show. So, lastly, in terms of what is coming, can you please, brief us? What is coming? What is next for you? What are you up to now?
Okay, so we had auditions in Pretoria at Bethesda Christian Center for my drama project. So we have started with rehearsals. So that is the project that I'm currently working on. And we are hoping that soon, before the end of the year, we will be able to stage it together with the drama group that is in Limpopo. And I am also currently writing my one-woman special. So stay tuned to my social media platforms, because very soon I'm going to release the poster. So my next comedy special, Noko Moswete, is Liberated. So it is going to be fun, and I'm coming with my band as always. And then I'm also working with people who want to start their own brand. So if you want to start your own brand, especially the herbalist, we extract herbs from. We are using steam distillation, and then we can also make your skincare range. So these days, the traditional doctors and herbalists, we can make you bath bombs, body wash, saber, lip balm, whatever, for anything that you do. I'm an entrepreneur. I create opportunities where I see them. So,
yes, Miss Noko, we love it, we love it, we love it, we love it. And hopefully, man, everything that you are doing, I hope it reach, the hearts of those who are in need. So if anyone wants to reach out on your social media or book you, or, they want to find out about, the herbalist and the things that you sell, where can they find you on the socials?
Okay, Noko Moswete, Facebook, and then TikTok, Noko Most. And then my business page, Bohabo Beauty Products, both Instagram and Facebook. So my number, last time but have understand. When we give you these numbers, we are not saying call and greet us. We are saying give us the money. Now one money. So my number is 065-826-8151. It's actually my business number. So call me, let's talk business. If you're not talking business, then don't call me at all.
Yeah, can you please repeat that number again?
065-826-8151.
Miss Noko, thank you so much, man, for taking your time, to come here and be with us on the Vooka Breakfast Show. We hope that you can join us next time and just dive deep into some of the things that you're doing aside from comedy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, next time I will try to come all the way. Hey, so
yes. We need you right here in my studio. We need you right here in my studio. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day ahead of you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Noko Moswete, a comedian. And yes, if you just joined in, just a brief information about Nokomo Suete. She's a comedian, and comedy came easy for this Limpopo-born TUT language practice graduate from primary school to date. She always loved making people laugh at her tall tales and jokes on her radio program she presented at TUT FM as a student. Her professional comedy career started when she met a group of Pretoria-based comedians, Comedy Society, in May 2024. The group traveled with her various gigs where she did open spots and had a steady rise to where she is. She was joining us right now. If you want to get more about what she said on the show, you can just rewind. Let the other people know that we had Nokomo Suete right here joining us. We've seen her on our big screens doing amazing things. So she doesn't cease to amaze us with wonderful things. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. Right now, the time is 5 minutes past 10, and we're about to close the show. And closing the show doesn't mean we're closing everything. Remember, we are still playing the game, and you still have a chance to win your ticket to the Ren Show. I hope Queen Ramosweu is still on the chat, because now we are going to reveal if her answer is correct and she has won the ticket. Right? So let me run it back into a riddle. So, but before I run it back, TK sent 2 voice notes. Let us listen to these voice notes. What do they have to say, or what TK has to say?
For the Ring Show, I think it's Crazy Lou or something like that. Yeah, Crazy Lou. I'm trying again. Isn't it bungee jumping?
TK,
Mr.
Let's
TK,
try.
unfortunately, your answer is incorrect. Because you're still watching right now, Queen Ramosweu gave us an answer. We're still waiting for another answer. So I'm going to run it back. I'm going to read that riddle, the theme of the riddle, and you need to give me an answer. And when you give me an answer, you stand a chance to win a ticket to the Ren Show. And we've given you a clue. If you want the answer, go to Ren Show's page, whether on Facebook, www.renshow.co.za. Look for the answer right there, because you won't get it anywhere else rather than the Ren Show page itself. I'm going to repeat that. You won't get the answer anywhere rather than the Ren Show page. Okay? Let's run it through. Let's run the riddle through again. So, the theme of the riddle is the ultimate bounce. Right? The ultimate bounce. What is the riddle? The riddle reads as follows. I am as large as a soccer field, they say, filled with air where kids can play, jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is nigh. What am I? Let me repeat that again, because it seems like you are dizzy and you don't get it. I am as large as a soccer field, they say, filled with air where kids can play, jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is nigh. What am I? Still taking answers. You can comment down below on YouTube, Vooka Breakfast Show, using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and you can send us your voice note using the number 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number that you can use so that you can give us your answer. Win tickets to the Ren Show 2025. Definitely giving away tickets. So, still waiting for the phone call, because another one that is going to happen is going to happen through a phone call. So, you can call us in right now. They're letting me know that I am expecting a phone call. But TK, if you are still listening, your answers are incorrect. Your answers are incorrect. You said jumping castle and
Crazy Lou.
Crazy Lou.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, those answers, Mr. TK, are incorrect. They are incorrect. But what I need Mrs. Queen Ramosweu to do is to stay on this live, because in the next 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to end the live and announce the winner and the one who got it correct. Right? So, Nelly Somni. Woo! Nelly Somni just came in with an answer, and her answer is unfortunately incorrect. So, to make things quick as we can, guys, please call in right now and tell us the answer. We're going to give you all the time that you need to give us the correct answer.
Yeah.
060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. Try again, Miss Neliswa. Try again. She said trampoline. Queen Ramosweu arnyishisa literally. She's hot. Uya, she said. What I can say to you, Queen. Hey, yeah.
Warm.
Yeah. Hey.
Warm.
Nyashiselwa.
You're coming right.
Nyashiselwa.
You're coming
Come
right.
on, guys. We are only giving away 2 tickets. So as I can see right now, people are coming in with their answers, right? Do I have anyone on Facebook? Let me go and check. Not anyone on Facebook.
Regals.
Not anyone on Facebook. Right? Let's go, guys.
What do you call riddles in your language?
My language?
Yeah.
I remember in Soto we did them on because Neretsa Piteto is spelling, and then you would have the Totoki, so poems, riddles. What do they call them?
I know in
Zulu.
Diane.
Zulu it's pika pika.
I see busy in riddles, guys. Yeah. I'm pika lapho.
Pika ngobani bani.
Pika lapho.
Yeah.
All right. What we're going to do right now, because the answers are still coming in, do not go anywhere, because right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we're going to be giving 2 tickets to the rain show. So, before I go to the break, let me read over the riddle again. I'm as large as the soccer field, they say, filled with air, where kids can play, jump and laugh, reach for the sky. In this inflatable, joy is nigh. What am I? Let us take a short break. When we come back, we are revealing what is the correct answer. Keep those answers coming.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Sandton. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Provincial Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only Maximum Temperature. I'm working with my TC Shabalala Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Panel Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do.
Yeah, you gotta get it. Vooka Mzansi, we are here at the ranch. Now, if you would like to win 2 tickets for yourself and a loved one, be sure to tune into the Vooka Breakfast Show every weekday from Monday until Friday from the hours of 7 and 10 a.m.
Yes, and you can definitely catch the rain show from the 17th until the 21st of April. And if you do want to stand a chance, be sure to tune in from the 7th and the 11th, because that's when we'll be choosing our winners. Don't forget to also share those hashtags. It's hashtag what?
Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Rant Show 2025.
Now for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, the darker the berry, the sweeter than tuntun.
And also me, TC Gashabalala Mazibugo, your time cut creative and your positivity dose of the day. Catch us live every Monday to Friday from 7 until 10 a.m. on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, definitely. This is the Vooka Breakfast Show. Once again, we are back. You're still tuned in. And the competition is still running. And we're still going to give away those two tickets to the rain show on YouTube. Because on Facebook, man, on Facebook, I do not see anyone. It's quiet. It's quiet. But Neliswa, Nelly Swamngqi, I am going to give you another chance. So, right now, what we're going to do is just put 3 options right there.
Yeah.
The first person who is watching to call us in, they will get the privilege of choosing which one is the correct answer. And then they're going to win the ticket. If you're listening right now, you're going to put up
It's a
screen.
multiple choice, kahle kahle.
We're going to put up a screen with 3 options. We're going to run again the riddle. The first one to call in, they're going to get the privilege of choosing between the options that they are given right there. Remember, the number to call is 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. Oh, all right. On the screen, there we go. What is the venue for the Rain Show 2025? First option right there, number A, Sentin Convention Center. B, Expo Center, Nasrec. C, the Gallagher Estate. Call us in right now and give us the correct answer. We are taking calls. 060493. You can see the number right here. There is the number right here. Call the number and tell me the answer live in the studio. The question is, what is the venue for Rain Show 2025? First option is a Sentin Convention Center. B, the Expo Center in Nasrec. C, the Gallagher Estate. And I've said it. I've said the answer. I don't know if you were watching. I've said the answer.
Yes, you did.
answer.
It's a given answer.
It's a given answer.
So people, start calling. That's 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. So you can stand a chance of getting yourself that ticket for you guys in, so that you can win, man. And also come have fun with us at the Rand Show.
Yeah.
So call in. We're waiting for you.
Queen, let me ask if you're still on the chat. Queen, show yourself. Because
Queen,
I want to
please
have a
comment.
one-on-one with you. I want to have a one-on-one. Do you know when they're calling you aside and say, ma'am, can you please stand at this side for me?
Yeah.
That is what I mean with Queen. Queen, can you please show yourself? Because I need to have a word with you. A very, very important word with you. Can you guys call in and tell us what is the correct answer? What is the venue for the Rain Show 2025? A, Sentin Convention Center. B, Expo Center in Nasrec. C, the Gallagher Estate. What is the correct answer? Call in, or you can send us. Oh, the notification that we've all been waiting for.
Hey, Arute.
The notification that we've all been waiting for. Right? So, we've got a notification and a voice note from TK. If right now an answer can come, me not listening to this voice note, it's going to mean that whatever answer that TK is going to give here, that answer you've just given on YouTube does not count. So let's listen to the voice note.
Joking. Mama ya utla are na hana buntu, so I don't know what support. Just joking. Mara ubuntu, it depends on not as love, Mara.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Like if Botu, you give it to someone, the Mutu, maybe that's where she gets it wrong, or maybe Ophelia Lerato or Mutu Sebat wrong. Now where I need help, I want help. I understand on that one.
Thank you so much, TK, for those, comments. It was based on the conversation and an interview we're having with Miss Nokomo Swete, a comedian. I thought you were giving your answer. So, Nelly, the line is not going through. The line is not going through. Can I check with my technicals? If one can call me right now just to confirm if this line that we're using is working. There we go.
Oh my God.
So this is just a confirmation, of the line. So Mr. Banele just called in and it is working, right? So Mrs. Neliswa, can you please call again?
Number is 060-493.
Theo Begi Jagalasi. Theo Begi Jagalasi Are. Great interview, Kevin. Kev! Definitely. Okay, we just got it because Miss Neliswa said her number is not going through. Let us reach out to her and call her. Good morning, Miss Neliswa, and how are you doing this morning? How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. At Vooka Breakfast Show, Sivugile.
Sivugile, yes, of course. You are live on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And we saw your comment right there saying that the caller is not going in. But now we decided to call you right here in the studio. Right? So.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We're going to give you a question and 3 options. You have to choose one so that you can win a ticket to the rain show. So, I'm going to ask my technicals to reveal the question on the screen. Yes, they have done so. The question is right there. So the question is, what is the venue for the rain show for 2025? A, Sentin Convention Center. B, Expo Center in Nasrec. C, Galega Estate. Choose one option.
Okay, I'm gonna choose B, Nasrec Export Center.
So your final answer is B, Nasrec Expo Center. Are you sure?
I hope so.
100% sure.
Yes, I'm sure.
All right. Your answer is, drum roll please, correct! Congratulations to you. You have won a ticket to the Rain Show 2025 that will be at the Nasrec Expo Center.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling right now, man?
I'm feeling happy, except that it's a ticket, which was supposed to be 2 tickets, but again, he is gonna call. I will make sure that he calls and he gets the tickets.
Yeah, congratulations. And just to let you know, we just want to tell you that that ticket allows you to bring 1 adult, 2 kids under the age of 12.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know how you're feeling, but I can tell with, how you're feeling right now. And yeah, what are you looking for, man, when you go into the rain show?
Sure. I don't know, guys. This is embarrassing. It's going to be my first time at the rain show.
Wow. So we are glad.
But, yeah.
We are very happy that we made your dream come true, and you can be sitting.
Yo, as in, I do remember when we were kids, they would say, no, guys, we'll take you to rain show, and then it doesn't happen. So I am going to be a kid. I'm going to go back and be a kid and enjoy.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Once again, congratulations to you. Our team will actually reach to you and contact, you in terms of getting your ticket.
Thank you so much at Vooka Breakfast Show.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all the love that you keep on giving us. And we can't wait to also see you at the Rand Show, hey?
Yeah.
I can't wait, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You made my day. Thank you. At Vooka Breakfast Show. Bo, 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 bo.
That was one of the winners, and now I can conclude and say, Queen Ramuswebu, your answer is correct. We have now our second winner. Big Bounce is the answer to the riddle. Yes, Miss Queen Ramuswebu, your answer is correct. Definitely, as I was asking for you, if you are on the line, so that we can contact you in terms of you getting your ticket. Does anyone know who is Queen Ramuswebu, guys, so that we can reach out to her?
Or she can just send us a text on our WhatsApp line.
Yeah, but now I'm worried if, she is on the chat so that we can confirm with her, because she hasn't sent any voice note or any text on our WhatsApp line. So we are trying to reach out to Miss Queen Ramuswebu, our second winner for the ticket to the Rain Show. Right, Big Bounce, she answered and said Big Bounce is the answer to the riddle, and that answer was correct. That means she has won herself a ticket to the Rain Show 2025 that will be hosted at the Nasrec Expo. For those, of course, who still asking themselves if the competition is still running, yes, it's still running. Tomorrow, again, we're also going to be giving away another 2 tickets. So do not worry. If you're watching and you didn't win and you didn't participate, you still stand the chance to participate tomorrow and win yourself a ticket to the Rain Show. And maybe just hearing me saying Rain Show, right? So we're going to be, showing you what will be happening at the Rain Show and who to expect, just to give you that thing that you are missing out. You think it's just an event, Mokopanung Hall. No. It's a very huge event, where there will be SANDF, your SAPS, all the government, entities will be there, private, you can enjoy what the Rain Show has to offer, because tomorrow we will be on an online call with the spokesperson, or Ms. Zama. So some of the questions will be based on what Ms. Zama said. So stay tuned, stay with us and listen, because we're going to be asking the question in terms of what will be available. We are going to confirm with you after we have an competition, right, when it comes to winning the tickets to the Rain Show. So definitely do stay tuned, right? I can see there Nelly was saying export. Did I say export? Nasrec export. Export Center. No, it is the Expo Center, guys. Sorry for that. Just lost between the tongues. But time right now is 27 minutes past 10. I just need to confirm with my producers if we're still going on, or we're going to have an interview with our next guest. My producers, please speak to me. But guys, our winners for YouTube have been announced. We have Miss Nelly. Congratulations to the winners, Miss Nelly Somni and Queen Ramuswebu. Thank you so much for participating, and please do make sure, Miss Nelly and Miss Queen, if you know anyone who wants to go to the Rain Show, do make sure that you let them that, hey, Vooka is giving away tickets to the Rain Show for free. All you need to do is to answer the riddles that they give you and the question that they give you. The questions are very simple, and you can get yourself to the Rain Show 2025.
So
next
report
week
on Queen Bati Batoli Facebook, okay? So we're also going to try to contact her on Facebook, since while she hasn't responded back to the YouTube.
Yeah. Definitely. Thank you about that. So yes, it is confirmed that 2 tickets on YouTube are gone, and we have winners. So that's what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, if you stay tuned again tomorrow, same time, same place. Yeah, man. TK, you need to pull up. You need to pull up for this one, guys. TK needs to pull up, because tomorrow also we are going to have another one. Right? Yes, sir. 28 minutes past 10. Yes, sir. The time was stretched because of the competition, but congratulations once again to those winners. But that's where we're going to end it right here. Oh, we're going to take a short break and then we'll come back. We have an interview, right? Our guest is ready to speak to us. School Hacks, Mrs. Pumelo Kaole on School Hacks. Let us take a short break and then when we come back, we're getting straight into the interview.
Vooka, Mzansi, we are here at the Rand Show. Now, if you would like to win 2 tickets for yourself and a loved one, be sure to tune into the Vooka Breakfast Show every weekday from Monday until Friday from the hours of 7 and 10 a.m.
Yes, and you can definitely catch the rain show from the 17th until the 21st of April. And if you do want to stand a chance, be sure to tune in from the 7th and the 11th because that's when we'll be choosing our winners. Don't forget to also share those hashtags. It's hashtag what?
Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Rand Show 2025.
Now for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, the darker the berry, the sweeter than tuntun.
And also me, TC Gashabalala Mazibugo, your time cut creative and your positivity dose of the day. Catch us live every Monday to Friday from 7 until 10 a.m. on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Muketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Mist.
My name is Ketue Mnguni
On the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes. Wow.
Vooka Breakfast Show. We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Sandton. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Provincial Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi Mist. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working with my man. TC Shabalala Wakabazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Banele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Bugile, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the streets.
Of course, we've got TCO Mazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that wherever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
I'm gonna give you your daily update, so do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, sir.
Hey, welcome back, family. I hope that you're still feeling fantastic and also enjoying the morning with us, Konalago Vooka Breakfast Show. And I hope that you guys have seen that it is very much possible for you to stand a chance at winning a ticket to the Rand Show, Konalago Vooka Breakfast Show. We're all about showing love to our listeners and viewers who have been with us in and out and actually supporting us, hey? So I hope you guys are feeling fantastic, feeling amazing, and that you also enjoyed the 2 comedians that we had on the show. We had Kevin, hi Alex, FYI. We had Kevin, not Alex, on the end with us, Konalana, and we also had Umam Nuku telling us about their journey in comedy, and the most important thing that I think that nobody ever notices about comedians, how they actually deal with their mental health.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody is gonna stay tuned because we still have more to give you, right? Yes, we still do. And don't forget, Uguti, if you still wanna stand a chance to win tickets to the Rancho, you must be able to tune in tomorrow plus Friday because we're still giving out tickets. So be sure to tune in. Be sure to also send us a text on WhatsApp. Don't also forget to also spread the hashtags. Hashtag the place to be. Hashtag Rancho 2025. Hashtag my Rancho. And also hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yep. Epic days are on the road, and this is the journey that we are traveling right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, just bringing you things that are nice, so you know that it is the energetic starter to the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg, so Soweto, Dobsonville, that is where we are located, and streaming live. So as promised that we were going to have our third guest of the day, the last one, in which I would love a lot of people who have kids at home, man, because she is an educator. Definitely, if you need to ask any questions, do make sure that you post them on our YouTube using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And if you want to call in so that she can answer you live on a call and communicate with her, the number to call is 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number to call. But while we're still waiting for the educator, there's this trend that is going on, man. When it comes to the images, people are turning into cartoons now, and they are loving it, man. And it's just that thing that we're asking ourselves. That okay, we see, man. But now I don't have any remarks on that because it's AI. It's AI, and
it's taking over.
It's just taking over, and yes, we see, because when I first knew about this, it was this guy who used to play. He's retired now. He's retired. I think it's Morgan. If I'm not mistaken. So he was doing, illustrations, in terms of what he was doing, and making an article and using it. Obviously, we're using Orlando Pirates players. So people are asking that.
I saw I saw it on Undlovu, who is now playing for Super Sport.
Yeah,
and I was like, Exe, what's going on? When I check, I was like, Undlovu. Oh, that's when I saw it. Okay. I see.
So man, it's called when you want to generate it, you go to ChatGPT, and it just you say generate the image into a Ghibli.
Have you ever done it?
Ghibli Illustrator. Yes, I've done it, man. There's a picture where I'm looking like a potato. So let me show you the picture, and then I'll show you this ones that Afri has shared with me, right? So this one, I told it, to turn me, because we had a guest right here in the studio.
Which app did you do it?
ChatGPT. You're going to see it on the screen right now. So there's a picture right now. So I'm going to zoom in. Ne? I don't know if you get that. Yes. So this is the original picture. And I told ChatGPT, turn the picture into Ghibli Illustrator.
Right.
And these are the results. You see me in fact. Look at how handsome I am. Okay. Look at how handsome I am. But look at the results, man. Like, what do you call this?
I wanna be a Simba Chippy.
Who's that cartoon?
I wanna be a precious
cartoon.
potato.
Who's that cartoon?
Because now the question is, what is this thing doing to us, man? So if I was a cartoon, I was going to look like this. That's
so unfair to you.
You know what you remind me of, Mo?
Yeah.
You remind me of hey. It's Fat Albert.
That's clearly not me, man.
Wait, show me one more time there.
Right, let me show it one more time. I just want to show you the original picture. So this is the original picture. So we said turn the picture into Ghibli Illustrator.
Right.
Look at how handsome I am. Then this is what ChatGPT gives.
Hey.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My God.
They made me look like a potato.
Sorry, man.
No, man. This is not okay.
It's part of life.
But you know, it's
At least
just
yours
telling
is
us.
better. I
think
look
this
like a
thing is not
6-year-old.
fair, bruh. Nah, I don't think. Imagine my keeper. So what about me?
You. Yeah, we need your picture as well. Damn. We need to generate
bruh,
it.
This thing is
Oh,
not
because I
fair.
also saw the dead one, Yaga Big Zulu. I was running through the socials and I saw it, and he looks so weird because Big Zulu doesn't. It's like a umkhaba, ne? He's tall and then umkhaba is gone.
Right.
But then on that one, oh my gosh, he looked like
And
No?
and some are using it for for bumakwapin and stuff.
Yeah, Aibo. Yeah. All right, continuing right here. She is joining us, Mrs. Pumelo Kaole. So, Ms. Pumelo, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. But before we start our interview, can you please center yourself in the middle in the camera? Can you please do that? Yeah, we just want you to become in the...
Won't the window reflect badly on your side? Is it still fine? It's
good.
Because I was staying away from that. Or maybe is this better?
Yeah, maybe if you can, give us the background of the wall. Shift, so that in your background is just the wall. Okay.
Okay, is it better now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now. Center yourself.
Okay. Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And thank you so much. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And how are you doing?
We're doing fantastic right here. And thank you so much for taking your time to join us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And we can't wait to get into the conversation with you. But, starting it off, with if someone is watching right now and listening, can you please, let them know who is Mrs. Pumelo and what does she do?
Okay, Nakina Pimelo Kaole. I am a reading and remedial therapist. So I don't know if I should continue to explain what that is, or is the introduction good enough for now?
Please do, explain. Go further, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, a remedial therapist is basically a fully qualified educator who also took 2 years in specializing with children who have barriers to learning.
So would you please go a little deeper, Yana, when you say barriers in learning? Because unfortunately, as the African community, we tend to believe that or be very ignorant to the fact that the children do have learning barriers. Would you kindly please explain that?
Okay, no problem. I'm sorry, I just had to do this. Okay. Yes, so basically, when we talk about learning barriers, we talk about factors that may hinder a child from processing the learning or skill that they ought to acquire according to the education system or curriculum. So I don't know. I think I understand that these terms may be a bit complex. So maybe in a layman's term, I can just say learning barriers are factors that hinder a child from processing the content, the learning content, and as a result, Mwana O is unable to perform academically. And there are various forms of learning barriers. We have your systematic barriers that have mostly to do with the education system. And examples include the overcrowding in our schools, because, with learners, barriers, they need special attention. They need a whole lot of things. So according to our system, these learners are, can I say, they are overlooked because there's no specialty, and even the expertise on the teacher side is so much limited. So as a result, there are, I think maybe just to make it a bit easier for someone to understand me. The barriers are categorized into three. So we have your emotional barriers, we have your systemic your personal barriers and your motivational barriers. So if I can categorize them into those three, they would branch from all those three. So I can say one because it's vast knowledge, but at the end of the day, in simpler terms, learning barriers are things that hinder a child from processing the learning content that they ought to understand and at a later stage produce in terms of academic performance.
Call from TK.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. TK. How are you this morning? You're live on Vooka Breakfast Show.
Morning, sir.
How are you? How are you, Mr. TK?
I'm okay, and yourself, sir?
We're good. You're live on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
I'm away.
Yeah. Yeah, so there is the call, about to ask Miss Pimelo Kaule, on what she has touched on when she started.
No, it's regarding the three questions you said we should call.
Oh, unfortunately, the time has passed for that, and we already announced the winner. So you'd have to call back again tomorrow. That means you need to be much more faster on the dial, Hector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, sorry about that. But you can always try your luck again tomorrow because we're still giving away tickets to the Ranch Show tomorrow.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Thanks, Mr. TK.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Pimelo, can you please take us through, the processes that you take to identify those learners who have barriers? Yes.
learner that cannot even read. And those who can read cannot comprehend what they have read. So at the end of the day, I don't believe as a remedial therapist, there's no domkop, you know. It's just that as the staff, the expertise is limited. That's why I said that I specialized with these learners. So at the end of the day, their brains are wired differently, you know. So at the end of the day, if I tackle what the core matter is, I'm able to just remediate whatever the cause is, because others are smart and they are gifted children, but because the manner in which they are taught doesn't resonate with them, they tend not to perform. So I don't know if I'm giving too much information, but I'm just trying to help us understand, Hore, there are many factors involved. So at the end of the day, the department stays with a list of learners by Longhore, by unruly, and then they keep on expelling them, and the parents' lack of involvement. And sometimes, even though the parents are there, they try to assist, because I have worked with other parents by Nahore. They were concerned with their children from grade 1 through to grade 8. And Bantabayako Skolom, Babusiwa, Baisiwa district, Babusiwa. But at the end of the day, Mwana Otwako primary, had to be next, had to be bala, had to be anything. And then go high school, they are just pushed through, you know. So at the end of the day, ba drop out because ba frustrated, and the way suicide not a banka thing at the end of the day, it's because bana baba overwhelmed, no one understands them, and at the end of the day, ba iketsetsa ntho tsa bona fela. So I let me pause it here and just receive from your side, because I feel like I may be giving you too much information, but I believe for the system on its own, because other barriers you cannot really have control over. Like if ngwana anale cognitive disabilities like dyslexia, you know, when coming to communication language, ngwana already genetically only the way our wiring thing. So at the end of the day, the environmental, some of the things you cannot do much about them. But if you take a child to school, you expect hore at least ngwana gago o tla rutega, mara le ko sekolong ha o fitlha ke overcrowding and teachers ba bangata ha ba specializer. So yona taba eo. So at the end of the day, the pressure lies with the child, and the child is just overwhelmed. And bad that's socially bullying and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, these children, they end up in drugs, they end up in the streets, they end up in crimes, because they're just crying for help and no one really can help, you know. Thank you. Yeah.
So far, the information you gave is not actually, it's not too much, but it's very informative, because these are things that people don't normally think about or don't get a chance to actually hear about. So I wanted to know, Jorge, for example, let's say you have a parent who has a kid that has ADHD, and then helping them to learn is a bit of a problem because they're always literally running around and their attention span is like very small. So how does one parent tackle the whole process of dealing with an ADHD child, and in terms of also trying to widen their attention span so that they don't actually get too bored, but instead they get interactive in terms of their schoolwork?
Okay. So that is why that's where I come in as a specialist, because there are ways in which, first and foremost, I would like to answer in turn the question that was posed initially, to say, how do I screen these children? Because they are different. So even there are certain screening tools that I they are forms that I issue out to parents, and then the parent is supposed to fill in the information that will assist me in knowing what I am dealing with. So from that point, there is a program I implement, and then I screen this child. When I screen them got two phases. It's firstly taba ya academically gore o performa yang. Secondly, ke taba ya there are a set of questions that I probe a learner with to understand gore where does it lie? The core cause of the behavior and stuff like that. So if it's ADHD, I will then tailor the content, the learning content in a manner it will be able to assist the child. So we also incorporate what we call multisensory learning. So in multisensory learning, because this child is an active child and attention span is a bit minimal, so I will then take the curriculum that they have to comprehend and perform on and tailor it according to the learner's unique needs. So because onale attention attention span and energy ingata, so my learning will incorporate the multisensory aspect elong gore you go capitalize on what he can do, what he likes, the strengths and the weaknesses, and then whatever learning content you go break it into pieces elong gore absorb all the learning. So as a remedial therapist, I am very flexible. So dealing with any child, I will get to the bottom of ngwana ona o encompass these aspects, and then incorporate into learning, and then learning becomes fun for them because they are energetic. I make it personal. I tailor it. What I call an ISP. So there is an individualized support plan detailer how I'm going to help this child to understand what they need to understand without trying so hard to change them into an ideal kind of learner. So that parent, I will have to just give them ways on which they can help the child when they are at home, so that the child is able to perform at the end of the day just as they are. And then basically.
Very important message and information that you're sharing there, Mrs. Pimelo, because now, Asia, time is not on our side. And of course, we would like our team to speak to you so that maybe next week we can look into having this kind of interview with you again right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. But lastly, before we let you leave, what message would you like to spread to parents out there who are having, children who are having these kind of difficulties? What message would you like to spread out there?
Okay, I'd just like to say, understand that every child is different, and instead of comparing your child and criticizing them just because they are also from a creator, so just instead of being harsh towards them, just seek understanding from the one who has released them to say, how do I help my child? And just be empathetic in your listening, be active in your listening. These children just need understanding, and has a specific kind of learners, because even ngwana fela o long gore o normally o ya skolong ntsa performa hantle, all of the sudden ha sa tlhole a performa hantle. There are many things that children go through, and as parents we think that we are the only ones going through the most. So the best thing to do is to be open-minded, be there for your child, spend some quality time with the child. The more you understand them and you give them that assurance to say, there's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful. Just affirm them. And at the end of the day, you have your child. Be your child's best friend and spend time with them. I know that time is not really there, but just make sure that you understand your child and you help them understand themselves because they are different. So don't categorize them into one bubble. Understand that they are all unique, and the way they are wired, the way they are designed, serves a purpose in their own lane of life, So just be supportive and seek to understand them better. Be there for them. Don't judge them, be their support system. Thank you.
Very insightful. So, if anyone wants to reach out to you, how can they find you?
Okay, so basically, on WhatsApp, I have a number. It's 065 872 991. 065 872 991. And then for direct calls, it's 078 306 4703. 078 306 4703. And then go TikTok, I go by the name of The Authentic Nhlelo. It's The Authentic dash Nhlelo. And then Facebook, it's Pimelo Lorato Elizabeth Legogo. I haven't yet changed this name. It's still the previous one. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Ms. Pimelo, thank you so much, for taking your time and be here to share that insightful information with us on the Vooka Breakfast Show. We hope that we are going to have you again so that you can get in deep of the information that you didn't touch. But thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us.
Okay, no. Thank you so much for the opportunity as well. Thank you.
That was Mrs. Pimelo Kaul, an educator and also remedial therapist. Of course, this is conversation that we get into on daily right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Time right now at 2 minutes past 11. So what we're going to do right now is to end the show and conclude. You know that the hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, YouTube and Facebook. Share the live, press the subscription button so that whenever we go live, you will be notified. For those who have stayed until the end of the live, thank you so much. Tomorrow again, same time, same place, from 7 a.m. up until 10 a.m. it is Vooka Breakfast Show. And congratulations to the two winners of the Rain Show tickets. So tomorrow the competition does not only end here. Tomorrow it's still continuing. You stand a chance to win a ticket to the Rain Show. For me, Mweketi Maiman, aka Max for maximum temperature, the son of Mother Nature, generator, signing out. See you. Have a good day ahead of you.
Y'all. Hope you guys will be having a fantastic rest of the day. Please don't forget to also tune in tomorrow to stand a chance of winning yourself tickets to the Rain Show. For now, it's sayonara, muchachos.
Peace out, you all. Enjoy your life.
Thank you.